couple years ago. Dallas Daniels. That's my five. That's the best five.
That's the best five receivers.
Hey man, can we wait until we get this on here so Eric can just then ridicule you and
I got
Aaron belittle your picks and all that on air?
Yeah, LG gonna be on my list. There ain't no way.
I know. I mean, there's some bias there.
And I'll probably tell you my number 5 quarterback. I can tell you who that's.
Tag me.
Absolutely.
Y'all get tagged.
And guess who number 4 is gonna be?
Oh, you already got their names too. Come on.
Yeah, everybody's tagged. You should get a notification
This is just
right
a bias.
now.
Every time I come in the press room, you in the press room. Working on our Stars Hot-Tronic heat press. Using all the vinyl. Making all the picture tees. I like vinyl.
I'm about to just load these boxes up on that shoulder.
Man, you gotta be a crazy little brother to get fired on your day off. What you get caught stealing boxes for?
Man, I didn't get caught stealing no boxes. He said he caught me though.
You get our rent paid.
Why don't you go in there and ask the girls real fast to see if they help us pay our rent?
Don't sound like a bad plan at all.
What's up, Pops? What's up, Smokey? I'm trying to set up a meeting with the girls, man.
Okay.
Y'all wanna help me and Craig pay our rent?
Craig still owe me money from the last time he got me. He gotta learn a lesson. He shouldn't be stealing. Go ask him to tell that girl from last night to give him some money.
What they said? They said it's slow for real.
I'm about to just ask boss when we get our job that night.
Of course you can. Yeah!
Shot ya, separate the leap hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. It's on, nigga, fuck all that bickering beef. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. Your heart gas squash feet, thundering, shaking the concrete. Then the shit stop when I fall the plot. Neighbors call the cops if they heard mad shots. Saw me in the drop, 3 1/4. Slaughter, electrical tape around the border. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno. Burn slow like blunts with yayo. Feel more skins than Idaho potato. Niggas know.
You on the air.
Good evening. And welcome back to Sports, the Coach K Sports Corner. I'm here with my friends, man. I got my partner, my co-host, Kenny Byrd. And I got some guys here. We're going to talk about some high school football tonight. I'm glad you can come on here with us. It's going to be interesting. We got some hot topics. And I got my man returning again, the White Shadow, Bobby Hudson. Yeah. Then we got down here in the corner, we got my guy Marvan. He gave me this Cleveland Browns thing. I appreciate it so much. He is forever in my wheel. I'm telling you, I love him for life. Before, me and him had words. I cussed him out a couple times. Big brother. But that's my dude, though, because he brought me that now. So when you see him again, he's going to be painted black. That's Marvan Gordon. He has a history with football, helping young people out in the community, coaching them, quarterbacks, working with them. Then we got this guy right next to him, Jermaine Essex. Jermaine and I work together, and Jermaine is like a computer when it comes to high school sports. He knows everybody. He has an opinion about everybody, who's good, who's not. If he picks a team to win, go against it because he's going to lose that way because he's not good at that. But he is a good conversation about high school sports. As Jermaine Essex played at Meadowdale, was a top wide receiver when he played. He only had one problem. If he went to Kings Island, he couldn't get on the rides because he was too short. Next to him, rocking his North Carolina T-shirt.
No way.
Got me into coaching. Actually, my first stint coaching was with him. And, I haven't looked back. I appreciate it ever since. Michael Perry, Jefferson coach, turned that program around. He has a brain. He's like Lou Holtz. He's the black Lou Holtz around here. His mind for the game is top tier. So I appreciate him showing up. And then no other next to him, I coached this guy. And let me say this. He combated everything I said. Everything I said, he wanted to question it. To this day, he probably still does. And it's okay. But right now, he's running the Pee Wee program out at Trotwood. Played at Trotwood. Then he went to Mississippi State and had a fine year there playing tight end. Aaron Lumpkin. Gentlemen, I thank you all for coming today. Let's get right into it. I sent y'all some stuff, and we're going to ask these questions. I'm going to pose this question right now. Right now. Give me your, Aaron, I'm going to start with you, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your top 3 teams since 1990.
Trotwood Madison, 2011.
Oh, Lord.
Trotwood Madison,
See, I knew he was
2017. And Trotwood Madison, 2019. Those are the 3 best teams. We're talking about from Dayton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the 3 best.
From the area.
Those are the.
So I'll
best
give
from
you
the area.
the panel we go from. We go from about Springboro all the way around to Springfield to up to Piqua, Sydney, whatever. Come on down. Northmont, all that, Eaton and all that behind us. So those are your 3. Trotwood.
That's it.
Okay.
They're the only team that has a championship in the top 2 divisions, except maybe Alter.
Okay.
So I mean, let's argue.
I'm not going to argue with you because I was a coach on those teams. So I'm the coach on those teams. So I'm okay with those picks. Mike, who you got?
I'm going to have to go Trotwood 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Chaminade 2000 and I believe that's 2001.
That's Untitled Chapter.
And then I'm going to go with.
Was that Ringer on that team?
It's 2005.
That was Chatham.
Chathams,
and
McKinney,
Brandon.
Diggs,
Chad and them, yeah.
those guys. Yeah, I know that.
So is there a criteria for getting out of the regionals, or we just? Sorry.
My thing is the quality of team that they had. I mean, they were a dynamic team. They may not have finished the deal, but they were a pretty dynamic team.
Okay.
And then I'm going with Trotwood 2017.
Okay. Jermaine, what you got?
I had Javon Ringer.
You got to speak up, sir.
Javon Ringer and them, the Chaminade Julienne team that won with him, with Anthony Turner at quarterback.
What year was that?
2000. They won 2004.
Yeah, it's
2004. They was good. And both Trotwood teams.
What both
was that?
Trotwood
2000.
had several teams.
2011. That's when I started reading up on y'all. Was it undefeated? Yeah. That was an undefeated year. And then what's the running back?
Ravion. That was 17.
Yeah, that was a nice team. Yeah.
Okay,
They were also undefeated.
Yeah. Oh well.
Aaron's going to let you know.
We have a habit of going undefeated out there, but that's just how we roll.
Marvan, who you think?
I respect the game. I basically the same as Essex. I think that's with the Ringer, because Ringer they went state replacing him. Then with Hargrove, oh my God! I mean, that was an incredible season to me.
Yeah.
I mean, just watching him, the way y'all played against Wayne, the game against Wayne.
Right.
So,
I had a
17.
question.
17, and both Trotwood teams.
On that Chaminade thing, do y'all really think that the Chaminade team in 2004 was better than 2001, or they just won more than 2001?
Well,
They won better than General Tappan. They didn't have the receivers like them.
Let me answer that question. They were a better football team than 2001 team. Yes, they were.
Okay. I just wanted. I thought I'd ask.
Defensively, that team was better. They didn't have better players.
They
didn't have better players.
That was my point. That was my point.
What point are you
Exactly.
making? It doesn't.
Which was a better team?
The question was who was the
No,
best
I didn't say
team,
which team
right?
had the best
Yeah, who's the
success.
best team?
I didn't say the team with the most success.
They ran Javon. They just had Javon. They ran Javon.
Are we supposed to debate?
Yeah, you are. I mean, I agree.
So,
They just
I mean,
ran Javon a lot. They just ran. He had like 40 carries, 30.
He should have had 40. He probably should have had 50. What are we talking
He was just,
about?
you know what I'm saying? He was just only really.
He didn't have 3,000 yards. We know that.
No, he ain't.
So Marvan, you say the Chaminade team with 2004 with Ringer and the Trotwood 11 and 17.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Bobby, should I even ask you, Bobby?
Mine's the same 3 as Mike's. 2011 Trotwood, 2017 Trotwood, and the 01 CJ team. They didn't win.
The 01 CJ team?
Sure.
What of the teams that we're talking about? What team would they have beat?
I believe they would have beat the Chaminade team in 2004.
Let me ask you this. I don't care about what division. I don't care about division.
I'm not talking about that.
Because
I'm gonna ask a question.
2014 will have so many weapons.
Do you think that
so
2001
brothers?
CJ team
They had
would have
Ryan
beaten
Patrick.
a Wayne team that went to the state with Braxton Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all think so?
Yeah.
My nephew George Walker beat him. He beat him by himself.
I'm
He was on
asking.
kickoff
I think
return.
2001. I mean, you got to think 2001. You got two receivers.
They had a hell of a team. They had a hell of a team.
I'm like, them dudes were.
Who was the quarterback on that CJ team? Call Brandon. Somebody
That-
get Brandon on the phone.
It was
what is it?
Kid
Bozak
that
Coast?
transferred from Miamisburg.
No.
Was it Zabo?
Zabo.
Zabo.
It was Zabo.
Yeah, Zabo.
Yeah, Zabo. And they were really, really good. They just didn't win the state. They went to the state semifinals.
Right.
They didn't.
I get that. I remember that.
Carry-
in the state semifinals.
Was it the regional finals?
Lost in the regional finals. They did not make it out.
Who they lose to? Waters? Was it?
Columbus
It
Waters.
was Columbus Waters.
Columbus Waters.
So then the year
So
before,
you're
they made
telling
it
me
to the state
that they
semifinals.
would have been able to stop Javon Ringer
No.
if they gave up 200?
Well, I'm not sure which one of them was going to
Who was
My question is this.
actually
No.
stop
Yeah, my question
Brandon
went- I
at
go
the
to-
point of on the line of scrimmage.
I want to do this.
This is all I'm going to
They
say.
had
Division
beat
One.
that Wayne team with first
Is that what
with
What
Braxton
Allen?
Miller, because I think right now, you know, I was not a Wayne fan at all, but I respected them, and I feel like that 1 year they had with Messiah. When Messiah went there,
I thought that was a better team than
a
with
dynamic
Braxton.
team. I thought they came up short. You know, they did come up short, but they had a hell of a team. You know, they put up some numbers, and
Their team was good. Are we talking about that
I
team
mean, because I know
also-
we're basing. I'm not
that
basing
team-
on
that-
state championship.
Right, well, I mean, then we shouldn't talk about
Then
the
I
best
think
team
that's-
is
yeah, that's
then,
a whole
because that's the
different story.
ultimate
There ain't
measure
no states.
of whether or not a
Well,
team
that's
is-
the most successful team. The most successful team wins the state championship. We all agree with that.
Right.
But sometimes, because you play this game, the best team does
Does
not
not win.
always win. And so when you say what is the best team to me, and I'm looking at talent, person for personnel, matchup, so forth and so on, that's what puts the Chaminade team from 2001 to me above the Chaminade team of 2004. Now, if you ask me what's the most successful team, 2004.
Yeah, I think
Maybe what's the
2001 was better.
most talented
I'm
team.
gonna go ahead and say it. Brandon, Chad, who else did they have on that team?
They
Brandon,
had-
who are
They had
my
both
brothers?
Chathams. They had both Chathams.
They had both Chathams. They had Brandon. They had
Zabo
Chad.
at quarterback.
You know who they didn't have? Javon Ringer. And that other team did. And
That other team didn't have Angelo Chathams though. Too.
Yeah, I mean,
But
fine.
at the end of
That-
the day,
Angelo
you get
Chathams was a choice.
He
man.
was-
They had
he
Ryan,
was.
but they had Ryan Patrick though.
They did have.
They had Ryan Patrick.
But I'm saying
He was good every season.
what they struggled with in the playoffs. Okay, with that CJ, because I watched them. My friends were playing. What that CJ team struggled with in the playoffs was stopping people from running the football.
If they not stopping Javon, they wasn't gonna stop.
Well,
him.
that's what they struggled with. All I'm saying
They
is
wasn't gonna stop him.
that the one CJ team's strength was that they had Javon Ringer, who was an incredible player, and the other CJ team's weakness was that they couldn't stop the run.
Hey, Siri.
Anthony was a big quarterback now. Back
Anthony
then.
Turner?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was about
a
6'6",
big- That was a big
6'5".
quarterback back then. He was a little.
So I mean, I'm saying like
He was
they
like a
they
Cam
had some
Newton.
issues with that. Teams would try to double the Brandon and run away from him, and they just didn't have that on the other side of the defensive line. They didn't have it. In the game they lost, they tried to bring Chad in on defense to slow that down.
I was there. I was there, and all I'm
We were there.
and what I'm saying to you is, be all that as it may be, you're telling me that one man makes one team better than the other team, and I'm telling you
I'm
that
saying
I
that
think
one
that
man-
the other team.
But he said they main thing they couldn't stop the run, and that was Sean was
Okay,
gonna
so
do.
Chaminade that won the state, would they have been able to match up with them wide receivers that Chaminade had?
No, they was probably giving up 21, 28 points. They couldn't stop Chatham. No way.
Because everybody's talking about one. Everybody's talking about one Chatham. I'm talking about the other Chatham, the one that was
They
actually
was gonna
meaner.
They was gonna keep the
this
ball
is the
away
thing,
from
though.
him though by running.
Thank
That's
you.
what they was gonna do.
See,
They was
one
gonna keep
thing
the ball
that-
away
one-
from
One
him.
thing that I know you have a problem with understanding. From
They
playing
gonna keep the
football.
ball away from him.
Here's my high school coach, by the way. But
They gonna keep the
you
ball
had-
away from him.
They're gonna. It's a ball control situation.
And it wasn't just Javon. They had Purnell too before he got kicked out. So you have both of them in the backfield. Like you choose, you gonna
think-
start Purnell Williams or you gonna start Javon?
And I think the challenge is, one team is a better running team, one team's a better passing team. Which one is going to win out?
The one I would tell
I
you like
think.
this: the 2004 team had a better gym place than 2001. There was too much pressure on him in 2001 to win. He had way too many stars on his team.
He couldn't do it.
How can if you got too many stars on your team? That's just it.
He's a developer of men, right? He had some guys.
He needed less talent.
Yeah, he had some guys that showed up for men. He's like, I don't even know what's going on.
Darren,
Well,
who you got, Darren?
I have 2011 Trotwood Rams. I have 2019 Trotwood Rams. And here go a shocker. Ding, 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 ding. I have that Greenville team with Matt Lighty on there. Is that too far out?
That's in the 90s.
That's in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes the cut.
Yeah.
Does it?
We're going Greenville.
Because I mean,
Greenville with Matt Light.
The team Matt Lighty was on.
that's the team he liked.
That's the team.
It was 1990.
I want to make sure that we know what we're saying. So we're saying the team with Matt Light.
No, what we're saying those are Bird's picks.
But your picks, one of your picks didn't win their conference. Is what you're telling me.
It doesn't matter. You asked what my top team was like.
Top team.
Wasn't
even the top team in the
outside of me picking Trotwood, of course. It's 3 teams. I'm just saying, for me to pick, I'm gonna pick Trotwood, of course. But outside of that, I've got to go with a couple of the Wayne teams with Trice at quarterback. I thought he put up a lot of numbers. That was a hell of a team. I mean, I'm not, it is what it is.
They had good talent.
They did. I thought they had a good team. And I'm going to give you one right here also. I thought was a really good team that couldn't close the deal. What year was that Patterson had that team, man?
With Jackie Fields and
1992 with Marco Coleman?
No.
98.
This was like
96,
96, 97.
Something like that.
96. It was the 96 team with Duncan and all of them.
Yeah,
Because
they had a squad.
Jack Fields was on that team.
They
They had a
had a
real
team.
Stroud.
Marvin Jones
was
they
on
couldn't
that.
close the deal. I don't know. I forgot who the coach was.
They just didn't get in there.
Was it
before they expanded?
Well, no, they lost some games they shouldn't have lost. They lost that Dunbar game. I think they kind of just got punked out. And they lost 2 games they shouldn't have lost.
Right, because they went like 8-2.
The first game that they lost was against somebody that was.
No, they were rolling cats, man. They were tough.
No, I know they were good. I mean, we were going 0-10. That's how I remember them.
Yeah, something wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Okay. Here's a quick one. We're gonna try and get through this one pretty fast. Give me your top 3 defenses since 1990. Darren, come on.
Trotwood 2011. Dunbar's team went, let me see, 90 after Tony Dixon was the linebacker. I want to say sophomore year, so that would have been 2000.
You're not going to argue that?
That was my. They was on they was on the top defense.
My top 3.
Because I played them, and I'm like,
my top 3.
they was good, bro.
My top 3. My top 3. Can't change it.
Okay.
No, I ain't gonna change.
Dunbar 95, and then Trotwood's 2017 team.
Wow. Bobby, what you got?
2 of the 3 is the same as Byrd. 2011 Trotwood and 2017 Trotwood. And did you say 95 Dunbar? We got the same 3s in it. They only give up 2 DDs all year.
Yeah, that team.
They lost in overtime in the playoffs to Lakota. Both losses that year was both losses that year was in overtime and gave a total of 2 TDs all year.
You played around the 96 something.
Nah, I played from 2001, 2004.
Who's on that
That Dunbar
at that
defense.
time?
Man, that's
You might have to ask him. I just looked up the
Talking about
numbers.
95 was
What's called them was playing?
Who?
Patton was playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who you got, Marvin?
I had 2000.
I like the Dunbar team. And the Trotwood undefeated team, 17. With one of the best corners that's down in Cincinnati right now.
Oh, yeah. That's 19.
19. So I'm 19.
That's 17 and 19, to be honest.
Well, that's 2. That go my 3 right there.
Okay, I ain't going to debate that. Drain, give me the bullshit you about to say.
I ain't. I ain't got none, really.
It's a
Really.
category I'm skipping.
I don't even know.
Huh?
Because I played against who he said, and
They wasn't all that.
we put it like we lost to him,
Okay, y'all lost him.
but the referees helped him.
Okay.
We had 500 yards. They only had 100 yards.
Y'all, you need to go back and protest that.
Y'all had 500 yards and no points.
No, we had points. We scored 3 times. The rest called off 3 touchdowns back.
That's 2 categories in Alabama.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a situation.
The referees helped them.
I've got the
Hold up, I got Mike. I gotta get his out.
I got the Wayne 2000 team
With
with Will Allen. I have the Trotwood 2011 team and Trotwood 2019.
So, out of that, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask you this, Mike. Between and you two, Aaron, you're gonna propose this because I know you're gonna say Trotwood's team.
No, I have a different top 3.
Okay, give me your top 3.
So my top 3 is Trotwood 2011. Okay, Wayne 1999 would have been.
Well, 99 was that.
Wayne 1999 and Springfield South 1997, who also gave up 1 touchdown.
Now I'm gonna say this.
The whole year?
Springfield 2010 with
The priest. You know,
with the one guy that got killed.
That's my nephew, George Walker.
Oh my God, that defense was crazy. George Walker and them were crazy.
Forgot about the Thurgood team.
So that 1997 Springfield South team,
Take a look.
they didn't give up. They lost 2 games.
Take a point from him.
He said take a point.
Take from him. I'm gonna ask you this, Mike. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna pose this question to you there.
I watched that Springfield team play defense with Trey DePriest. They was nice.
What's the difference between the Trotwood defenses that won the state between 11 and I'm gonna say 17 and 19? What's the difference?
Well, 17 and 19 had Sam Anderson, which quite possibly could be the best high school athlete to play in.
Okay.
So, in 2011, they had a lot of star power too, though, right? They had a cornerback who went to Ohio State. They 2 safeties with D1 dudes. Had a bunch of D1 dudes up front. But as
One of those guys earned he was a freshman at that time, and now he's had his pro day yesterday. Keith Backham.
Mm-hmm.
There was a freshman on that team. And then I think on that 2011 team, with Ryan Reese at D tackle and his son, Trey Byrd.
Couldn't run the ball.
They were just.
They were that team.
They were stacked.
2011, like they had everything at every level that you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Burrows at one corner, you got Skipper at the other corner, you got McCray at linebacker, you got these studs at defensive tackles, you got excellent play at the safety level. You don't have a weakness on that team.
I mean, and remember, on that 2011 team, 2 guys were out. They didn't play. You know, Dawson didn't play.
Right.
And he went on to Michigan. He didn't play. And there was another guy, Winchester. He didn't play.
Right.
James Winchester. He was a starting safety.
So
he didn't play. So I thought that team was studs. But then I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna go to Mike McCray was a great linebacker. He could, call the offense out, tell you what's going to happen. We also had that in 17 with James Parker.
Man.
James Parker was an animal at linebacker. He was arguably, if we go linebacker, we're going to probably skip over that, but linebacker wise, he was probably one of the second best linebackers that ever come around here. Because just on his knowledge of the game and the way he studied the game. And then we go up to, like you say, 19, where Sammy just arguably is the best football player to me that I've seen since I've been watching high school football. I've been watching high school football since 1972 when my brother played with CJ.
Yeah, nobody has single-handedly won more games with the plays that they make in Sam.
Yeah.
And that's just not easy.
So we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that with Sammy. We're going to get to that. Give me your top 3 offenses. So I'm scared. I'm scared that. I'm scared.
That's tough too.
Yeah, because you could.
So here we go. Here we go right here.
That category.
And I'm gonna start with
But I was gonna say Meadowdale was gonna be in that.
Meadowdale with Peerless and all of them.
Yeah,
Peerless Price, Andy
Peerless,
McCullough,
McCullough, and
Shawnee
Boykin at quarterback.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, Jesus.
They did. They were a great show. But I'm gonna skip that. I think we may come back that we have some time. I'm gonna go here to you, Jermaine. I'm gonna ask you. Give me your top 5 wide receivers since 1990.
You know I'm gonna go Privilege Price.
Who?
Privilege Price.
Okay, yeah.
He won. I'm going Rowe. I like the Rowe. He was nice for North Carolina. I liked him. Chatham, D'Angelo Chatham, CJ. 4. That's me. I will put myself in there, but
don't put yourself.
Go
ahead, put yourself in there. You feel like you want that thing?
You got my vote. You feel me? You got my vote. I was there. Man.
You better put yourself on there. You said you was gonna lift that 2011
I put my dude. I put my dude.
Got that shit.
I put my dude from Dunbar. My dude Quinn White. He was nice. I liked him. Q. He was nice.
Really?
Yeah, he was nice.
So you gonna put them? I'm gonna say this. You're gonna put them over Roy Roundtree?
I didn't really get to watch Roy. I just heard about him. I played with his little brother, but I ain't really watched Roy. So I know he was. I was gone. I ain't really watch him.
Yeah, you should have watched it.
I know he was at Bell. What did he go to Belmont first, and then he came. Yes. That's the last time I had seen him, and I ain't seen him no more until he got to Michigan.
He was at Belmont though.
Until I seen him at Michigan. Let me see what else.
That tells you a lot.
Yeah. Give me one more.
I had these twins I used to watch at Springfield South. These 2 receivers that
was
doing games. Games.
I'm gonna go to Marvan.
That's a hard one. I like. I do. I know I might be wrong, but I did like Larry. I like Larry Stevens.
That's a good pick.
Of course, we got to go back to the one and only 2017 All-Star corner wide receiver. He won the game. I think he won the game at the end of the game, catching the ball.
19.
Okay, I'm sorry. I keep getting them mixed up.
Okay.
I mean, I mean, he kind of won a lot of games. I mean,
man, he did all year long. He did. Game. He made the big catch.
Yeah, he did. He was JoJo. Phenomenal.
JoJo.
Receivers tough to get.
Like I said, I'm like him. I didn't get a chance to see Roy or anything, but if Roy's in it, yeah, Roy. And the last one.
Oh, I forgot one more. The dude from Wayne, Greg Gordon. Greg Gordon.
No, you're done.
What was the kid from Wayne? I watched him. Greg Gordon. What's his name? Greg Gordon.
Okay.
The wide receiver from Wayne.
Bobby, who you got?
Angelo Chatham.
Greg Gordon.
Angelo Chatham.
Peerless Price.
Peerless.
You're gonna be happy when named 2 Meadowdale. No, I'm not. Andy. I'm putting Andy on there. McCall.
Andy who?
McCall.
Okay.
That's 2 medals.
That's 3.
Oh yeah, I did too. My fault. Dallas
Daniels.
I can't. God, I'm gonna name a Wayne person.
Oregon.
I'm going blue.
Who?
Blue.
Okay. All right. Those are your picks. Do I agree with all those picks? No.
Which one?
But I mean, I can't. You know, my thing is, I can't put Blue in there, even though he was a dynamic wide receiver there. He did a hell of a job there. He's not, to me, he's not even in the top 3 of Wayne wide receivers.
Greg Gordon.
John Hollins would have to be
Hollins.
Who? Y'all think Hollins was better than him?
Than Blue? No.
Hollins wasn't better than Blue. Come on, man, stop. If you want to say Robert Red was better.
Robert Red was.
Well, I haven't given my 5 yet.
Robert Red was.
I was still stuck at SWBL games.
That was one of my 5 right there. I watched him play.
Darren, who you got?
I got Bobby Long. That went to Wayne, that transferred. Went to Wayne. I got Jonathan Washington. I got Chathams. I got Red. I got Glover. And I have Daniels.
Okay, so give me that again.
Bobby Long, Jonathan Washington.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know which Chathams is the wide receiver.
Angelo
Chathams, Robert Red, and LeVar Glover.
I can't even argue those.
Nah.
Because I think those are some great picks. I think that
those are great picks.
That Red was a problem.
Went to Bowling Green.
So
Red,
I did my research back here, and I got the nationally ranked best players from Ohio, right? And I condensed it down to mainly Dayton and the small little metropolitans around it. We got honorable mention, of course, Keith Byers, 1986, right?
Oh, hold on. We're going to get to that.
All right.
We're going to get to that best player thing.
Yeah, there we go. Go ahead.
He done broke it down.
Yeah.
And not the fact checker, man. He's going to get all that.
And we got to make sure it's 90.
Yeah. So I got it from 90 down. I did the honorable mention Keith Byers because we got to show love to the king. That was on
90 up.
Right.
90 up.
Yeah.
The Trotwood transfer?
90.
Oh, yeah. All
right.
right.
Hey, let me get one of those.
All right.
Doubles, please.
Got you, King.
So,
Come on, let me
Darren's
get
picks
one
off.
of
You can't argue those. Those are some great picks right there.
I love BLs to death,
Who you got?
but I'm not sure.
My five wide receivers is hard, first of all. But if I had to pick them, in the 90s, my three would be, well, I would have four in the 90s. It would be
Thank you, sir.
the two Meadowdale receivers, Peerless and Andy McCullough.
Fearless and Andy.
Yeah.
My teammate, Jonathan Washington. My fourth one, which nobody's mentioned, which I think is insane, is D. Miller from
Oh, yeah.
And then when I fast forward into our time now, I have to go with Dallas Daniel.
Can't argue those picks.
Those would be my five. And there's so many people that you can put in there. Robert Red, a beast. Like you could have your wide receivers.
You could go 20 deep. Like you could literally do
We're
top
not
20.
going 20 deep.
Angelo Chatham.
We're not going 20 deep. Well, I need 5.
Gonna
So that's why I'm making that hard.
I hear you.
I need
I hear
5.
Yeah, those
And
are
so,
my
and
five.
I think you and Darren right now are, on to something.
Neck
with your
and neck.
picks. I think you are neck and neck. I can't argue though. I'm gonna hear Mike's. I know Mike's got some stuff in his.
I'm coming with the fire right
I
here.
know you got the John Blaze.
I got Peerless Price
Ooh.
at numero. I'm not going to number them, but they're my top 5.
Okay.
Peerless, LeVar Glover, Robert Red, John Washington, and Dallas Daniels.
Ooh.
You got some comments, Kerry, too.
Those are the most.
Well, Cody Lattimore, we see this, loving this podcast, great debates. Roland was that coach. Billy Goodman, Dunbar team.
Yeah, Roland
I
was.
like that Valley View, Nashawn.
Yeah. I said about it.
First game was against. Oh, so he's talking about that. First game was against Dunbar. We smashed.
Nashawn only picked Valley View because he don't want to pick Trotwood 3 times. And he said that.
You hearing?
And he said that because Paul Lawrence Dunbar himself didn't even go to.
I played with her.
Oh, wow.
What's cool?
Where's D-Pal? Hey, Pal.
And what school did Dunbar go?
Oh, man.
Well, we know he didn't go to Dunbar.
I know, right.
Steel. With the right bro. He went to Steel.
Went to Steel.
But yeah,
So what's the next kind of
Sam
running back?
Big Sam.
What up, Big Sam?
Sam, what's up with it, bro?
So here we go.
Nashawn said, y'all some haters.
When we talk about the wide receivers, and the thing of it is, I can't argue those picks. At wide receiver, I thought that Mike Perry, you had a good thing. Aaron, Darren, you had a good pick. Jermaine, you're about to be put in the corner. Some shit you said. That shit you said, so that's just terrible.
That's my pick.
You picked JV guys. So,
Nah, Greg Gordon was good. He went to Purdue. He was nice. He went to Purdue. He was good.
that's why I put your ass on the spot right here. So,
he picked some
Man,
third
I
team,
picked
third team
third
honorable
team guys.
mention guys.
I'm thinking that if you can't remember his name, he probably shouldn't be in your
you
team.
should no.
You know what I mean? It's just-
They said you
You know that one dude.
I dropped them. I dropped them.
pull up with one dude. Pull up with one dude.
I think last name was Gaines, but I had great.
Too late, bro.
I took them down.
Jamu?
Huh? No, it was twins.
Yeah, Jamu played quarterback, I think.
But
But
again,
D
I
Mill
go
is
back
a
to-
great. D Mill is a great pick. I do want to say
like
this.
one of the most underrated guys that doesn't get the name mentioned a lot is LeVar Glove. I thought, the glove was just
1,700 yards, 16 touchdowns speak for itself.
Yeah.
And that was, and we were Division 6 playing against Division 1, 2, 3 schools because we played the City League schools, we played Alter. It didn't matter who we lined up against. We had 35 players, and we go out there, and he gonna put up.
Do we even have 35? But LeVar was just one of those guys, man. him and Anthony Parker would have their own little thing going. And Parker, it was just at that point, it was just toast. And he was just giving guys the work. He was giving them the work. With his little skinny legs, he was giving them the work. And didn't come off the field. So one of the most underrated guys. I think another guy name that gets mentioned a lot is Dallas Daniels. I think with Caleb transferring, opened the door for Dallas. And Dallas, I watched Dallas work as hard as he could to become the best wide receiver that he could be. Putting up numbers, the numbers that he put up that year were phenomenal. And short of just anything else is less than. So I thought he did a fantastic job. And big ups to Dallas. He's in the transfer portal right now, trying to land on another school. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next question. Will we? Now I know it's hard, guys, because I'm only asking for 5. And, I'm asking for 5 in the last 30 years. And you got to do some digging. You got to think about it. So here we go. Top 5 running backs since 1990. Holla! And I want these in order. This one I want from 5 to 1. 1 being the best. Yeah, I'm going to put a little pressure on.
And it's ours, right?
Yeah, it's your pick. I already know your guy's Ringer.
Ringer. He's going to say Ringer 1 through 5.
Yeah, I got Ringer 1.
He got
Ringer freshman year, Ringer sophomore year, Ringer junior year, Ringer senior year, and Ringer in the 8th grade. Ringer.
I'm going to start with Bob. Bob, who you got?
Number 1, Ray Beyond.
No, start from 5.
5. Curtis Enos, 5.
Okay.
No. 4, Jamal Robinson from Stebbins.
Ooh.
3, Ryan Brewer. 2, Devon Ringer. And number 1, Ray Beyond.
Hey, man, Bobby, you might just knock everybody else out. Because Marvan sitting over there like, what? I wasn't ready for this. This is pressure. Who you got, Marvan?
Oh, wow.
I need from 5 to 1.
Ooh.
Gosh.
Does he come back to you?
Yeah, I only got 3 Brewer, starting at 5. My top pick is Ray Beyond. That was the best running back.
Listen, Marvan, you can't skip around. I need 5 to 1.
Please come back.
We'll come back.
Jermaine.
I got Javon at 1.
Jermaine,
you say I used to start from 5 up.
Hey man, this DPS thing y'all doing.
Because y'all doing our trouble.
We both got adult IEPs.
5 to 1.
All right, 5.
I never heard that one.
5.
We out of skip cards.
Nah, I got. Damn, 5. I start at 5. I'll give Christian Channels.
Okay.
I liked him when I played with him. Christian Channels. Liked him. Christian Channels. 4. Brock Bolin.
Okay.
Valley View.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Channels go?
Dunbar.
Okay.
3. I'm putting my guy in there for Middledale. Reese Watson. Because he was a hound.
Yeah.
He was a hound. 2. I got Derek Moss. And 1, I got Javon.
So you don't have Ray Beyond in there anyway.
I ain't really pay attention to. I ain't really.
Hey man, you are about to get kicked.
I ain't pay no attention. Like really, I wasn't really. These players, like you know what I'm saying. I was watching.
You where'd you go?
Middledale.
But listen,
when
we had
2004.
you talk like you know.
I watched
you
it.
into it, but you watched it.
I watched
You're not paying attention because Ray Beyond, his sophomore year. I know
Javon was doing the same
thing.
No,
he wasn't. No, Javon was not.
A lot of things Javon had to say. They was going. He sat out too.
Let me explain something to you. Ray Beyond had 3,000 yards as a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, 15 years old, 3,000 yards, 3,000. He would have had about 5 or 6, but he sat in 8 games in the second half. He didn't play the second half in 8 games, and. I'm not knocking Javon Ringer. I think if that's your number 1, that's your number 1. But for you not to have Ray Beyond in there at all in the top 5, at all, and this guy was just like,
hey man, That's his top five. That's his top five.
That's his top five.
I mean, some folks, some folks.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. That's my friend Jermaine Essex. He will not be called back in on the show. We can report 2 basketball. I'll put my bring him back on here. That will not happen.
I'll just tell you.
He is not as knowledgeable as I thought.
Any list without Ravion Hargrove is reprehensible.
It's blasphemy.
It's reprehensible.
He used to be locked up for that.
Like
I mean, I want
list without Dwight Anderson.
Yes!
I didn't see Dwight play, but he's on the list.
Well, they said, Sam said, hey, man, get his ass off the show. hey, Sam, I'm trying to get him out of here right now.
It's all good.
That's terrible. And I love him, but he's terrible.
It's my
top
pick.
5, Mike.
At number 5, I'm going to go with.
Kick him out the show. On the Legend of Your podcast, we take a point from you. You can sit and take a point from
Yeah, take a lap.
Man, he got 3 already. He up to 3. Keep
At number 5, I'm going with Ryan Brewer.
Yes.
Phenomenal cat.
Crazy.
Unbelievable balance, and everybody really got to see what he
Ryan
could
Brewer
do
played at Troy.
when he went to South Carolina after Ohio State.
Ohio
That
State
kind of
screwed
passed
him over
over,
and didn't give him no love.
and then
He stuck it to him.
he showed out. I gotta go number 4. I gotta go, and it's tough, but I definitely gotta go with All Day.
Ooh.
All Day is one of the best running backs I have seen come up out of
Ashton.
up out of here. Unbelievable. I mean,
Ashton Jackson.
absolutely just phenomenal kid. Tote the rock. Unbelievable. Great athlete. At number 3 is kind of challenging a little bit because you still got a lot of guys in here that really kind of fit the bill, but I'm gonna go with Terry Pogue.
Oh, great call. Your picks are different. They're good.
Yeah,
they're good picks.
I'm going with Terry Pogue. I mean, the size and speed. I mean, you really can't.
6'3", 225, 230. He qualified for the state in 100 meters as a sophomore and a junior. He was the basketball team was a center, exceptional athlete. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Terry Pogue, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. At number 2, I got Javon Ringer. And then of course number 1 is going to be Ravion.
3K, right? Before I go any further, I need to find out who's that Melder running back with Peerless Price in it.
King, what's his name?
Keenan.
They just show clips on him.
He was a beast. Keenan be on Main and shit sometimes.
He was nice like that, though. See, I don't remember who the running back was.
Well, you also got Will. What's Will's last name?
Oh, and also Lamar too.
Lamar was there too, and shoot,
Tavion Wright.
Here go. Yep.
You got. You see what Powell said, Kerry?
Yep. Derek Moss, Tavion Wright.
Man, quit reading this stuff off, man. I ain't
Terry Pogue.
Me and Aaron ain't answered, man.
We gonna come to y'all. Calm down, son.
Man, I'll read the comments anyway.
Okay, go ahead. Fred Gamblin?
Where we at? Where we at? Fred Gamblin, dang. Nashawn. You
did
personal,
Fred?
man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Am I? No, go ahead. Just start saying.
I was asking about who was the running back from Meadowdale with Peerless, and y'all just answered that. Also, who's the running back with Patterson with that?
I can't.
Was that Mr. Jones?
It was
The principal at
Marvin
third
Jones,
good.
yeah.
The principal at third good, Mr. Jones.
What's his name was the coach? They said it.
Oh, the running back was Fred Gamble. It was Fred and Sean?
Yeah.
Okay. That's on that Sean with that Meadowdale team. I can ask Sean Mack on Siri. Call Sean Mack.
Oh man, come on! You calling people and stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I'll call you.
We don't get to pick, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pick.
No, take your time. I really ain't figured out my 5 yet.
DB's ready.
Oh, okay, Darren, come on.
I got 5. Derek Moss, and Tony Dixon. Got a tie. Number 4, I got Terry Pogue. Number 3, I got Antoine Gilbert.
Wait. Come back here.
Hey,
number 5, you got who?
Huh? Derek Moss, Tony Dixon.
Was that
That's
part?
a tie.
That's
Ain't no tie.
Close to the
tie.
No,
You gotta look that up. Close to the tie. Smeg, can I do that to co-host again?
Yeah.
All right. I don't need
You gotta
to
do rock, paper, scissors.
You can
Okay. All right. You go.
You said number 2, Antoine Gilbert?
Antoine Gilbert, number 3. Number 2, Javon
I think my nephew
Ranger.
George
Number
Walker got
1.
him beat.
And number 1, Hargrove.
George Walker, I think he was better than him.
Then
who?
Than Antoine Gilbert.
Hey, man.
Hey, you gotta go. You losing points and you got
I think he was better.
Come on, bro. We from the same era.
Who you think was
the
better
same
between
school,
Antoine
bro. Fight
and All
back,
Day?
Man, come on, man. You got some man out here.
Because I watch them play head to head with each other.
It's
I watch them play head
I
to
got
head.
such an honorable mention list that I mean, you could.
That's right. You doing these things. You know how it is.
Marvin, what you got?
I'm ready. Like I said before, Brewer was 5.
You didn't say it. Go ahead.
Brewer 5. Tavion Wright.
Tavion Wright from.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
That was on that state team. They almost went
Yeah.
to the state.
This team that be the quarterback on that building team.
Yep. Denzel Norvell.
Who?
Norvell.
That was a running back for Thurgood too, wasn't it?
You saying for the last 30 years?
That's who he's saying.
That's his
Okay,
team.
keep on going. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just giving out.
Okay, go ahead.
Remember he gave you this. You said
I
you
did.
said
I
you
didn't
were cussing
even
out.
mind.
I got
Come on.
Then I got Javon Ringer.
Yeah.
And
Modelo's is the league. Big Shaq just checked in with you,
last
bro.
one was Ravion.
Big Shaq.
Marvin nervous.
Yeah, Marvan nervous.
Pressure's on.
Pressure's on.
He
just picked.
You need the Modelo.
Hey man, that's his 5, bro.
That's his 5, man. He got nice though. Endpoints taken.
Only got one.
Hey.
Reminders, man.
They gonna be sick.
Only because I left one person off, but my running backs was legit.
No, they weren't.
I had Channels, the Boss.
Channel.
You
I
want to
went.
go home tonight? You have 9.
You know what?
I had Channels,
You know what?
Savon.
Yo, you got the people's champ list because you don't like top like you want the people's
Don't
champ.
let him call you and try to do his own personal podcast to go back over what he messed up today. Don't let him tell him no.
Sammy said Tay from Thurgood.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't put him in the top 5 since 1990. I can't put him in that
Jamal
thing
Robinson.
because I'm looking
I had my
at.
dude Pernell Williams.
Aaron, you got yours yet?
So
Riz Buckman
I'm
was
gonna go-
good.
Yeah.
They played the
Go
same.
Aaron. Go
I had
Aaron.
my
Aaron
dude
is
Pernell
up.
Williams on there
This
too.
is where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Tavion Thomas. You got it. Kill it.
That's the one in Utah, right?
Yeah.
All right. My number 4 is gonna be different. See, my number 4 is gonna be Israel Green from Trotwood Madison.
That's very good.
All right. I'm gonna go number 3, Antoine Gilbert. 2, Ryan Brewer, and 1, Ravion Hargrove.
You picked Ryan Brewer. You played against him, and he, of course, dominated. Did his thing.
You did.
That's a great pick. But give me your reasoning for picking Tavion at 5. I just want to know. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I'm just
This is the
asking.
reason why. As far as size, strength, durability, ball protection, okay? He carried the ball for that Dunbar team that we beat in the playoffs about 20, 25 times a game. How many times he put the ball on the ground? He's a very efficient running back, running the ball in between the tackles. Never went down on first contact.
So let me ask you this
So
question.
did Ringer make your top 5?
The Ringer wasn't in my top.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna ask you this. First, I don't know how Ringer is not in your top 5. So we're gonna take a point from you for that. Secondly, I want to ask you, what's the difference between Tavion?
I went for
Oh,
a
hey,
hundred.
hey. What's the difference between Tavion and Terry Pogue?
I think finishability, the impact on the team. Terry Pogue's team didn't. The last time I checked, they didn't make the playoffs.
They did make the playoffs. We went 8-2. lost to Dunbar. That's when Dunbar had Nation and them on that team, and they they loaded the box up. And
I mean, he had loaded boxes.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I watched Tavion. I think Tavion is a hell of a talent. I think Tavion got better.
Did he blossom in college more than high school?
I don't believe so.
I
think so.
I got a Troutwood question I want to throw out here.
Ran into the rock.
Since we're talking about running backs, I do want to ask this question. Small backs at Troutwood, who is actually better, Ravion or Howard Langford?
Ravion.
There ain't no.
I only didn't mention Howard because I had 5, but Howard Langford, who played in the 90s, who we didn't mention, is something like I have never. The closest I've seen to him was Ravion, and Howard could catch way better than Ravion could out the backfield because Dre Hunt must have thrown 600 yards to Howard on screens. So he always gets mentioned like way lower down.
I think a lot of it has to do with time passing too, right? Anytime what you see, the nearest thing that you see is the.
But when I saw Ravion, I told everybody else, I was like, this guy reminds me of Howard Langford.
Yeah, everybody said
so much, except for he just didn't catch as well.
Do you really feel like
he didn't have the opportunity?
Okay.
That's unfair to Ravion to say way better.
Okay, well that's fair.
That's a crazy talent, right? But I don't know that he had vision like Ravion had.
Oh yes.
I don't know.
Oh, I was there. I was too. Yeah, but you had little eyes.
Your time.
I had grown man eyes.
Yeah,
he didn't even have teenage eyes.
He had puberty eyes.
Yeah, he was just at the game. Hey,
I think the picks are good. I just question that number 5. I think Tavion is a great pick. I think that's a good pick though.
Hey, listen, man. Why are you trying to have me on the air defending the Dunbar Wolverine? I can't do that. It's just not my doing.
But I'm saying Terry Pogue. I'm looking at Terry Pogue, and I'm looking at some of them guys. They were.
Hey man, Terry Pogue was a great runner.
Colonel White did not make the playoffs. I think Coach Powell is making sure that.
They kept us from getting into the playoffs.
Hey man, listen. Terry Pogue, I'm not taking anything away from him. We talking about 5 running backs. Right?
Yes.
I mean, we could. I
don't want you. I don't want your 5. You gave me a 5.
The reason why I have Israel Green
I don't disagree with
nobody is mentioned.
Only 5 I disagree with is them 2.
Hey man, do y'all remember what Israel Green did?
Absolutely. Put on that state game.
What do you have? 300 yards in the state game?
326.
And 7 touchdowns.
And find me a better run than he had in that state game.
You won't.
I'm disappointed in you for not having him in your.
I ain't even pick 5.
He handed you
I
your
didn't
first.
pick 5.
He handed you your first run.
I appreciate
he should definitely.
But I'm not going to pick 5. I'm going to pick one running back, and that's Ravion Hargrove. And I'm going to say this because I watched football since 1972. My brother played with CJ, and Ravion. I watched Keith Byers play, which was I watched Cosby play. I thought he was a great runner. I saw Ricky Smith and Billy Goodman play. One of the best games I ever seen was at Welcome Stadium between Meadowdale and Dunbar in the storm, in the lightning. And Ricky Smith made some great plays. I've seen a lot of great games, but when I watched Ravion play, man, it was just watching. As a coach, just sitting on the sideline, it's just like watching magic. Just watching him run the ball, man, and see his vision. I watched him in the state game, and we called that. I called that counter trade, and he kept him across that end. And the guy had him. He was so strong, and he broke through and he got to the end zone. I'll give you another play against. I think it was Walt Dinette or Tip Canoe. The safety was going to Wisconsin. The safety was like 6'5", and met Ravion in the end zone. Ravion ran him over. I mean, he was just so underrated, man. And, I felt bad for him because the college coaches did not give him his due because they were looking at his size.
Yeah.
And even when he got to Bowling Green, he still made plays. But a high school football player, for 15 years old to rush for 3,000 yards, and you could have rushed for a whole lot more. His junior year, he could have rushed for a whole lot more. He sat a lot. His senior year, I was sitting just because I didn't want to get him hurt, and I look back on that, and sometimes I'm like, damn. And I apologize to him because I'm like, you should have the Ohio rushing record. You should have it. You know, the 1 year, 3,000 yards, 39 touchdowns. Come on, man. Those are some.
That's great.
Those are some.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It started from day one with him. Down there at Princeton in the summer, his freshman year, his very first touch, and remember against Edgewood, his very first touch in high school, he scores a touchdown on their little side field, and he just keeps running like Bo Jackson. I mean, he's running away from the whole.
So Brandon says Javon Ringers.
I watched Javon.
Javon Ringers is a crazy.
First off,
he's
Aaron did not
stupid
pick
strong
Javon
Ringers.
Javon Ringers very easily could be number one. Anybody?
Now that
I'm gonna tell you this, Brandon. I'm gonna tell you this. Javon Ringers has 16 carries, 264, 4 touchdowns in the state game. Great numbers. Izzy destroyed that. Israel Green destroyed that with 323 yards, 6 touchdowns. So
ask Brandon who would have won that 2004.
That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
That's what
he's
who
going
got
to
won that 2001 CJ against 2004 CJ, Brandon.
Please answer this question.
I called you phone, Brandon. I tried to ask.
So you're asking because how is this even a?
We want to.
He was on the
team.
team.
But he may give his opinion.
He's going to lose.
He's on the 0-1 team.
He might say they would. He might.
He ain't.
Brandon's a different dude.
He says he's a different kind of guy.
Big B's Tasty Barbecue ain't saying that.
Oh,
Tastes so good to make you slap.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna slide on them. I'm gonna skip over the linebackers, and I'm gonna ask this question: Who should I? Brandon wants to call now. Hold on, Brandon.
Yeah.
You're live on air.
All right.
So,
Hey, Brandon.
Aaron doesn't think you'll have a biased opinion on this. Who would have won between the 2001 Chaminade Eagles and the 2004 Eagles? And tell me why. Aaron's sitting here with bitter beer face right now.
They were not a better team.
You hear that? Aaron, speak up. Aaron,
I said they were not a better team. They had better athletes. They did. They have a championship ring. They won the championship.
Thank you.
That's what I.
The better team was the one who went further in the playoffs and won the championship. That's the better team. Okay, all right. We'll take out the ultimate measure of a team and we'll go to something else. Okay.
We said
Did they have
success
Javon
versus.
Did they have who they had at?
But if you're going to do that, shouldn't you say what 0-1 would do against those 04 players?
Well, okay, Brandon. What set y'all apart from 01 to the 04 team?
Who was that?
Who's that?
He said me.
You got to be at least have played for Chaminade for 3 years to be the best.
Well, he's in their Hall of Fame.
I mean, I know. Standard is very low. You can't be in the conversation for best player in the school if you weren't there for more than 2 years.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you. Okay. So, I'm asking this now. Darren Byrd, give me your top 5 DBs since 1990.
Oh, that's an impossible question.
That's not impossible.
That's a pretty tough question to answer.
I do got Sammy number 1.
I might ain't gonna let you answer.
I do got him number 1 on that one.
Keep Beckham. Do I got to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Oh, I can't.
Yes.
No,
No,
not doing that.
I'm not doing it.
Well, you got to do it.
I ain't, no, okay. Keep Beckham, 5.
That's tough. That's tough.
I ain't really the cornerbacks, man. I ain't defensive end, keep it climbing. But, I don't know, come back to me.
I got it.
Aaron.
Okay. I'll take a shot at this. Give me, we're going from 5 to 1.
Yes.
So number 5, I'm going to go with Lumpkin.
Okay.
incredible.
What about Will Allen? I like Will.
Will
I like Will Allen.
I'm gonna go with Will Lumpkin is number 5.
Will Lumpkin is on my list.
I'm gonna go with Will Allen.
That's one. That was one.
Okay.
Okay. I would put.
I got Kirk.
I would put Burrows at 3. I put Cam Burrows at 3. Let's see here. Kid that went to Michigan State from Thurgood Marshall.
Tay.
I think
Tay. Great pick.
Tay would be 2, and 1 would be Sam Anderson, without question.
Without question, Sammy Anderson. Okay. Bobby, what you got?
I've only got 4 down here. I got Tay, Key.
Tay 5, Key 4.
I've only got 4 though. I didn't.
You gotta have 5. There's one more. There's a name that has not been mentioned yet that I'm waiting to hear. But come on.
Sam at 1. I got Cam at 2. Sam at 1. You're gonna have to come back for the 5th.
I only got 2.
Who you got, Marvan?
The only 2 I got was
What should I do with my? It's gonna be
Sammy.
You can
And the other one is That's only 2.
Marvan didn't do his homework.
I didn't do my homework. Coach, I didn't get that far. I had to go to practice.
Who you got?
I didn't get Sammy 1 at the bottom.
Hey man,
you
keep
5 up.
forgetting from 5
I got
to
Will.
1.
I got Will Allen.
Oh, that's good.
I got Will Allen. I like the dude Kurt Coleman.
I like that, Cody. Who you say now? Will Allen. Who else?
Yeah,
Kurt Coleman. I like the Kurt Coleman that from Northmont.
From Northmont?
I like him.
Played with
3. 3's kind of.
We're never gonna do that. He had bad.
No, pal. I'm not picking him. No. I like the RJ though.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one, Cody. And Carl Blank, Dwayne Butler that's a great one.
That's a
Dwayne Butler, I just talked to that guy the other day. That's a great one.
One, y'all probably gonna be like, he went to Colonel White, but if he'd have stayed on track, he probably would have been Division 1 if he'd stayed focused. We call him, Cookie, the cross-eyed.
Hey man, he's
I like him.
Then Cookie played
I'm Coach Cookie Monster, man. He's got a dog, man.
I like him at corner,
This
man.
guy, man,
I like him. I like him at corner. I like him
Hey
at
man,
corner.
He get his point back for
hey
that.
Peanut. Come feel some seat fill for him, man. Get this guy out here, man.
No, I had Quinn White on there. 3. I like Quinn.
No more.
I like Quinn.
I'm going to Mike.
Get Wolfie back.
All right. So I tried to divide this up between corners and safeties to give the best that I
Okay,
could.
you know what? You can give me both. You can give me, corners and
No,
safety.
he's got to give you.
Hey man, this is my show.
But since
Whose show is this?
so corners and safeties are DBs, and so you said top 5 DBs.
Okay, give it to me.
So being that corners are DBs, I'm gonna start at number 5. And it's gonna sound like one of the biggest homer moves ever made on your show, but Chris Perry is at number 5.
Gotta pick his brother.
From
Pick his brother.
Chaminade.
You better pick your brother.
Hey, I know what I saw.
We talking about studying law
Then-
or playing football?
Then we'll go with Will Lumpkin at number 3, Will Allen at number 4, Cameron Burrows at number 2, and then
I'm not for dropping because you said and then you really got to think about it.
Sammy.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Well, come on in, Darren.
My 1 is Sammy Anderson, 2 is Cam.
Darren, we're going from 5 to 1. You acting like this guy over here.
I went to 3 high schools.
Take a point.
Half a point.
He took a point from him.
Take a point and a half.
Come on, man.
Number 5, Bam Bradley. Number 4, Carlton Pete.
I think they played linebacker.
Number 3, Will Allen. Number 2, Cam Burrows.
They don't
Number
play.
1, Sammy Anderson.
And you know what? I disagree with that list, and at some point, I feel like there's nobody you can really pick that's wrong. I thought some of those picks were good. I don't agree with CJP. I thought he was a good athlete. I thought he was playing out of position. He should have been playing
Linebacker.
all day. I think Bam should have been playing
You talking
linebacker.
about a guy
I forgot.
that safety. That's
Giovanni Chappelle was one of mine.
Trey, exactly. Trey.
That's my
Key,
cousin.
Key,
Giovanni
back
Chappelle was one of mine.
Key was better than Cam.
John.
I said keep that. I just left him alone.
That's
He
why
was better
that's
than
why
Cam.
I was trying to remember Giovanni Chappelle. He was one of mine.
I was gonna say Chappelle.
Giovanni
That's
Chappelle. That's my little cousin. Yeah, that was
You
him.
didn't even mention your cousin.
That's
But you didn't mention it.
yeah, he was good.
We mentioned his brother.
Yeah.
And you didn't mention your cousin.
Yeah, Giovanni Chappelle.
But I think RJ was a good pick from Dunbar. I thought RJ was a great, from Cody. That was a good one, Cody. Let me see.
I'm gonna tell you.
You know what I'm talking about?
They got their own show over there.
I'm trying to explain this Chris Perry pick to me. I'm not getting
You can't explain that. That's his brother.
I can explain it.
He's got to go home. That's his brother. He's got to pick him.
It's a homer.
Cold.
Pick me too. I would pick my brother also.
I would
See?
too, but you know what? He's number 2 all time in touchdowns for Ohio State for tight end. So I got a reason to pick him.
We're not talking
We're
tight
talking about
ends.
tight ends.
You are not making this show to select yourself today.
Yeah.
Continue.
So, I thought Chappelle was a name that wasn't mentioned. I thought was a good pick. I think Jordan Pascal was a tough
I was going to say
Jordan
Pascal.
Pascal.
See,
Pascal.
see,
The thing is, I'm not trying to be a homer and talk about just Colonel White guys, but I mean not Colonel White, but Trotwood guys. But
Oh, there's proof behind that.
it is.
And being that you
had
said-
a couple of good, really good corners.
and being that you
Back in the
said,
day, and back in
Pascal
2000.
Pascal used to tackle.
and being that you
He
said
could come up.
DBs, and you only got 5 DBs, you putting safeties and corners in there. If you had to say
True.
corners and then safeties, I think the list would have been a little bit different. But you got to go like on that.
I agree.
Because Dwayne Butler would be on. I would put Dwayne Butler up against.
And I saw, you remember he
Anyone.
knocked that dude out from Chaminade, man, the fullback.
Yeah,
from Chaminade,
cold.
he knocked him out
Yeah.
cold, man. They
Yeah.
had to take him out on a stretcher.
Yeah.
Strap him down.
I
Crazy.
talked to D Butler on the regular. D Powell was he was a good corner.
D. Powell said
yeah,
he
the
cooked
man.
Giovanni in the game that they lost. But okay, let's move forward.
Oh, D Powell, you hear that? Damn.
John Kane, yeah, I'll take that.
We say Purdy.
Purdy.
Okay.
Good, too.
But like I say, you could go on all day talking about DBs from the Dayton area who were spectacular. Aaron, did you give me yours yet?
Yeah, I gave you my fault.
Okay. And who did you give me theirs?
You did.
He was
Marvin
Only had 2.
Don't worry about it, Marvin.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the gift.
Keep giving up.
I'm not going to pick 5. I'm going to pick 1. And that's Sammy Anderson. Sammy Anderson is,
Circumvents the rules to this show.
Does he have an
I don't
NIL?
understand what's going on. Like, what is he? UC? I thought he was a Michigan fan.
I am. But Sammy is by far the best corner that I've seen that I watched play high school football around here. And
Are you giving him an NIL deal?
no, I wish I could. But Sammy was the truth at corner.
No doubt.
He was that guy.
I just would like you to have to answer to all 5 like everybody else does. But I guess it's your show, so you can do whatever you want.
Hello. Thank you for saying it. Say it. Whose show is it? Thank you, man. Thank
High
you,
school
sir.
football's gonna be so fun this year.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
But I'll give you some more. I'll give you a couple more names. At 5, I would go with Giovanni Chappelle. I thought Chappelle was a really good corner. Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay, I probably have to put Tay-Tay, I can't put him at 4. I think I would put maybe, this is hard. I'll probably put Key at 4. Put Tay-Tay at 3. At 2, that's tough. Well, of course, that. But I think I'm going to leave her at, I'll go with 4. I can't go with all 5. I know I said.
You didn't put Will Allen in there?
Will Allen.
I mean,
I really, because I don't want to be a homer and just go with all Trotwood.
Well, Will graduated from Wayne, so
He
you
went
can.
to Wayne, but
But he's a Trotwood kid. But
Yeah.
most of these kids are Trotwood kids. We really get down to it. I mean,
Right.
even whether they were at Chaminade or
you're right. Hey, Frank, that's good
Wayne
one.
or wherever
Zach
else.
Logan.
Zach?
Oh.
Taiwan? Yeah,
Jeez.
Taiwan and Zach.
Zach was a monster.
A dog.
Him
yeah.
and Taiwan.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You're right. D Powell. I forgot about that. That's the one. That was my other guy, Mike Mickens.
Mike Mickens.
Yeah, Mike Mickens.
Mike Mickens. That's who I wanted to pick. That Mike Mickens.
Nicky Parker, it's his show. So you made everybody.
That's okay.
It's his show. It's his show.
You're right. Okay, here we go.
Shout out to Nicky Parker, man. That's that's actually a rapper named Miss Parker.
That's Miss Parker.
Yeah, that's Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Okay. Top 5.
Is this quarterback?
Top 5 QBs. Yeah. Give me the top 5 QBs, starting with Mike Beard.
Oh boy, this gonna really be interesting.
I want it from 5 to 1.
Shit. Whew, okay.
You might want to get yours, start writing them notes down. Now, before you pick them up from Thurgood Marshall that was just running.
Nah. You gotta throw the ball. I'm
All
gonna
right.
get my boy Aaron Sharp in there.
So, number 5, I'm gonna have Anthony Parker. Number 4, I'm gonna have Travis Logan.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm gonna go with probably Eric Boykin.
From Meadowdale.
Number 2, who do I really want to put at number 2? I think somebody that I enjoyed watching play. I think, and I might would reorder these probably a little bit because I don't think I'm gonna reorder this a little bit. I think number 3, I would go with Messiah. Number 2, I would go with Eric Boykin, and number 1, I would go with Andre Hudson.
He was on mine.
Best quarterback I've ever seen in high school. He played his junior year. He didn't play his senior year.
Okay. Who you got, Jermaine? Now, if you start off with some bullshit, we're gonna move.
Only got 2 really right now.
You just saying. I'll come back to you.
Yeah, let me think.
Marvan, who you got?
No certain order, but I'm just gonna call.
No, I need it in order.
I can't put them in order like that.
Listen, Marvan.
Well, if he got 5, if he got 5,
no, I want them in order.
I don't want to put them in order, coach.
Put them in order.
Well, how about this? I got an honorable mention though.
I'm gonna holler at the name in no certain order.
What's up?
And it's what
He said no certain order. I need it in order.
I like
Steve,
Mike
right?
Simpson. I like Messiah DeWeaver. I like Tayshaun Smoot. I like Trice. And
Because Braxton just ran.
the last one was
To me?
Braxton.
if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I could be off. I thought it was Norris. Did Norris play quarterback?
Yeah. Okay.
Braxton.
I still want them in order.
I can tell y'all right now. I'm going to highly object to one person that I got a feeling his name is coming up multiple times here, but I'll wait to these guys throw
Bobby,
it.
who you got? I know Bobby's prepared for this.
For one of them, you're going to be like, who? One, you're going to kill me for a homer, but I'm going to be honest at number 5. Different positions. Let me skip back a minute. Some of the other positions, these guys we didn't talk about at Trotwood, the Hughleys, the linebackers, and it's carried over to quarterbacks. Sometimes you got a guy that just don't have all the measurables, all the height, but it's just a winner, just a tough kid. And after seeing Markel take that,
But we got a category for that.
what's that shit you said? This is my 5 and my time. After the ass whooping he took his junior year, and the way Markel bounced back his senior year, I'm taking Markel at 5.
Yep.
Taking Shawnee Mack at 4.
Gosh.
I bounce around with the order on with these last 3. I'm gonna go Tommy Jones from Eaton, number 3. I know Doug Spears is watching. You don't know, ask him about him. He competed against him.
Tommy
He
Jones
a
was nice.
dog. Went to
He was
Indiana,
nice.
was doing well there until they got into Antoine Randall, started putting up some stupid numbers.
Right.
And
That was a good call, man.
Braxton.
Braxton, baby Jesus.
There we go.
I don't,
You got one off my list.
I'm gonna just let them keep throwing
Aaron, you ready?
Yeah, I forget.
Come on.
So number 5 is somebody that probably, I don't even think any of you guys are going to know who this is, but I'm going to say it because he's a great player. It's Josh Betts, number 5.
Vandalia.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with Josh Betts.
Okay.
All right, my number 4 is going to be Michael Simpson from Chaminade and Trotwood Madison.
Okay.
State championship quarterback from Trotwood Madison. Number 3, I'm going to have to put at number 3, I have a hard no North my pick. So I'm going to go number 3 instead of North my guy. I'm going to go with Messiah. I'll go with Messiah DeWeaver. Okay. My number 2, it's tough. My number 2 is tough, but I'm gonna say Travis was number 2.
Trice.
Not Trice. Logan.
Oh, okay. Well, be
Travis
specific.
Logan. My teammate, my quarterback.
Okay. Home pick. Okay.
And number 1, by far, was Andre Hudson. So let me talk about that. Y'all say he ain't played for the senior year. Andre Hudson could throw the ball 70 yards.
70 yards. At 6'8", left-handed.
Rolling to the right side of the field, left-handed. He had incredible arm talent. He had incredible speed. His knowledge of the game was like no other, and he should have played football. But at the time, it was just not safe for him to do so. So he's the best quarterback I've ever seen.
Okay, Nick Sean said, okay, hey Marvin, that's a good one. Malik Zaire he was really good at Alter.
Yeah.
Kelly
Spiker was good.
Yes, he was.
He didn't beat Mike.
No, he didn't.
Who you got, Darren?
Thurgood Marshall did.
My number 5 pick is Anthony Parker. Number 4 is Eric Boykin. Number 3 is Mike Simpson. Somebody put it up there. I had Brett as my number 2.
Dominic Brett.
I had Braxton Miller. I know Mike's going to argue about that, but whether he ran the ball or whatever, it's quarterback. They didn't say throwing or whatever. They said quarterback. So to me, Jesus.
If we were going to say who was one of the best athletes to play around here,
I'll put him under my quarterback.
Then I'm going with that. But these guys here that we've named, some of these guys, I mean, he just didn't have the ability to do that stuff.
Different offenses, man. Different offenses, different times.
Yeah, if you can just shake and bake like Shaq from
That's
Cleveland.
What
What was
the skill set?
What was Shaq Washington? Like, I mean, we gonna say that guy?
Are we arguing that Braxton Miller didn't have arm talent? Is that what you're arguing?
Well, I mean, I think the lack of arm talent showed up quite evident as
After
things
he
went on.
tore his labrum, that showed up.
After he went to Ohio State.
But you weren't the only person. You weren't the only person that said Braxton. I'm simply saying, like, yes, when you say. Like you throw an athlete back, just run around and do this or do that. But these guys were playing the position of quarterback. Like I give you somebody we in there. Steve Wright was a quarterback to me.
He could throw that.
Right?
Some of the guys at Ohio State would have never seen quarterback if Miller had never got hurt. They would have never seen it. He was tearing up. His stats were unbelievable at quarterback at Ohio State.
I just never. Even in high school, I didn't see the guy.
So let's talk about it. So let's talk about
Jesus. So I know how he did that.
I didn't see that.
Miller in high school was
Let me ask you this. Were y'all more afraid of him throwing the ball, or running the ball?
So,
because we just said we couldn't have an option quarterback,
thing was that we were
right?
afraid of was him getting out the pocket, scrambling, and then making the throw.
So are we gonna talk about how
in the comment section, Uncle Mike just lost a point. That's what they just said.
So let me just ask this question. Does anybody remember Braxton Miller senior year? Because you're saying he was this runner and all that. He couldn't run the ball. He couldn't run the ball because he was hurt. No, it wasn't about him not. He hurt his ankle. He came back against us. Didn't run the ball at all because he couldn't.
No, still beat.
And he threw for 3 touchdowns. Against the secondary, they had 2 dudes that were big.
One of those touchdowns, he was out of bounds.
Oh yeah, the big out of bounds touchdown. Okay,
but it's 21-7 against 2 Ohio State, Michigan cornerback, a guy who played for Pittsburgh, went to the NFL. So against the best talent he was going to see, He couldn't run the ball and threw for 3 touchdowns.
How many yards did he throw for?
215.
Ooh.
Who you
He
got?
was burning it up.
You had yours.
He was lighting it up that
You
day.
make him sound like a star.
I got
I no.
Andre Hudson. I got Andre Hudson, number 5. I got
I don't believe you ever saw Andre play.
yeah, I saw him. I watched him guy.
I'm telling you, he about to pick the quarterback for third.
Nah.
He's ready to take some points. Names up.
I like
He's ready to take some points.
I like Anthony Turner for CJ. They won, yeah, he was good. I'm gonna put my dude Middledale in there, Aaron Sharp.
Got to,
because he got Player of the Year that year. One of them.
In what?
In the Southwest Conference. What was that? The Southwest.
Who was that?
Aaron Sharp.
He got Player of the Year where? In what?
In the Southwest.
Where year was that?
Like 2003. He
Yep.
got it 2003.
Wait a minute, in the city?
Nah, he was in the Cincinnati League. That's when the Cincinnati League.
Cincinnati was garbage.
He got Player of the Year.
It was garbage.
I mean, he got it. You know what I'm saying?
It's his list, man. Come on,
It's
man.
his
Let him live.
list. It's his list.
And it's a Homer award. You know what
They
I'm
just
saying?
want me to
It's
pick out
Metal
chocolate.
Jam.
I mean, it's cool, but
They were legit.
Numbers don't lie.
yeah, his numbers don't lie. His
Which
numbers
is
don't
why
lie.
Braxton's
His
numbers don't lie. His rushing
Aaron's
yards
numbers
are
don't lie.
phenomenal. His passing yards are
Yeah, you finished.
pedestrian.
What's the last? What you got? 2 left?
2.
He's a 2-time Big Ten player of the year quarterback.
I'm stopping them right there. I'm one
Me
of
too.
two.
Stop.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't because he ran the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You stop.
Points.
Hey man,
Points.
you're a Metal Deal guy, right?
Relax.
You're
Marvelous.
stuck on quarterback.
Eric Boykins
Just
gonna be
Eric.
Eric Boykins, yeah.
Marvin Robinson laughing at you.
The boy can run a
Aaron
lot.
Sharp.
No, the boy can run a lot.
Yeah, he did. That's how he messed his finger up.
Well, okay, he was toting that, right? Pitching it
Yeah, well,
all over the
I mean,
yard.
you know, my 5.
I like guys that pitch it over the yard.
I'll go with Eric Boykin at 5. I thought he changed the game. He brought a lot of attention to Dayton, Ohio, and to Meadowdale, and to that team. And I think he assisted in getting those guys into Tennessee and the schools that they wanted to go to, because he was throwing that thing to them.
Yeah, right now.
He was throwing that thing to them. The next one I got to go with Trice out at Wayne. Trice he was throwing that peel, and you're talking about a guy who did not like Wayne and was not a fan of the Trice name, but he was throwing that thing, man. He was throwing that thing out there.
Is
3,
he the best Wayne quarterback ever?
No.
Okay.
3, I'm gonna go with Braxton. I'll go with Braxton Miller. I will. I like Braxton. 2.
Agrees with me there, Mike.
Number 2 is it's a little tough for me, but I'm I'll say it was Sean McCullough that was also throwing the ball. But for 2, for me, I said 3 Braxton, 2 Andre Hudson. Andre was, I thought Andre was a gear out there, running the ball and throwing the ball. He was just a phenomenal athlete, and he could have gone either way. And number 1, and this is going to throw a lot of y'all off, but me being as a coach and working with this guy and watching how tough he is. If I'm walking down a dark alley, he's a guy I'm going to take with me if I'm going into a game and I got to pick a quarterback. All the quarterbacks I mentioned, I'm going to take this guy, and that's Markel Peppers. Bruno. I watch him. You know, he's just an undersized guy. I watched Michigan State come in here and watch him throw, and Michigan State fell in love with him throwing the ball.
Hey,
they took a point away from you, Gary.
Somebody we didn't mention that should have got mentioned somewhere along this way was Chris Wallace.
Is that Springfield?
And I want to make sure, Mo Doug, if Chris is watching this, make sure you let him know that.
2003.
Yeah. But Bruno was just, man, I'm going to tell you this. I'll tell you this. What Bruno did in the Hoban game, the state championship game, and he had his shoulder messed up. It was jacked up. And then one trainer said he was done, and the surgeon came in there and said he can still play. It was just badly bruised. And they asked him if he wanted to still play. And he said yes. And I remember the picture, Tom, I think it was Archdeacon took a picture of him sitting there in a sling, in tears after the game. And what I did was I took that picture and I kept that picture and I showed it to him. And I gave it to him almost every week to let him know. And I gave it to the team to let them know, and I just watched him grow into that. Because I'm going to explain this to you now. Messiah DeWeaver, who left, who was the elite 11 quarterback in the country, top quarterback being recruited by a lot of schools, a lot of Power 5 schools, left his junior year. And when he left, Bruno had to step in and play quarterback. When he left, we went into the state semifinals. Bruno took us right back to the state semifinals his sophomore year. Took us there his sophomore year. Junior year took us to the state where we lost to Hogan. Which I would admit that was a better team. They were a better team than us. But then in his senior year, he took that team and took them 15-0. Then also made them number 6 in the country in public schools. We were number 6, 36 on the Gatorade, and they were a nationally ranked team. But he did things on the field. I remember Coach Duke on the headset asking me, "What'd you call?" And I said, shit, Bruno called it. I didn't call it. And he was a coach on the field.
But could he not have been number 5?
No. He's number
in
1.
your top 5?
He's going to be number 1. I'm going to take him in the battle with me because I know what I'm going to get out of him. I know he's going to give me everything he's got. And some of those other guys, I think Braxton's, a formidable guy. I think Hudson, I thought Hudson was a great quarterback, but the thing for me is he didn't finish the deal. He didn't play his senior year. That may not have been by his choice, but he didn't do it.
The circumstances,
he didn't do it.
Yeah, I get you. I'll just leave that alone.
He didn't do it.
One thing Braxton Miller didn't do that Steven Peppers did was finish the deal.
Got to finish the deal.
But we've been here very consistently all night saying state championships.
What I'm saying is, and I'm not basing on just on state championships. I'm basing on, again, like I said, when Messiah left, Messiah was the top quarterback in the country.
100%.
And left, and Bruno stepped right in, and we didn't miss a beat. We didn't miss a beat.
When it comes
to that, I think we got better.
When it comes to guts, two of the guys, like a guy that won't make this list, that if you want a guts at quarterback, Bruno and Hughley are two of the best I done seen y'all ever had as far as guts go. Because come game time, come winning time, they gonna win. Yeah. So I give you that. It's just some of these guys that we talk about.
He made the throws that had to be made.
Know.
Let's not just act like with Bruno it was just guts though. It's not
like
this kid didn't have an arm.
Yeah,
for
a little guy, he had a big arm for a smaller guy.
Yeah, football. We're talking about that. Everybody's
got a strong arm.
I think Dallas Daniels was on everybody's
list.
Every pass he caught.
Caleb Johnson was a great wide receiver that he targeted. I'll give you this: the pick central game at Wayne. Bruno made a play running to the opposite side, and the guy came up on him. The linebacker was coming full steam, and Bruno did some little trickery stuff and made the pass and got zapped. I mean, he got hit.
Knew he was going to get hit.
Knew he was going to get hit, and made the throw and got the first down, and that was a key first down to get us the victory to that game. And
he was undefeated against Pickens.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He went to Pick Central. We went to Pick Central their senior year when Pick Central was top team in the country.
I was sitting in the stadium.
And he went up there and dominated them. They even called a touchdown back that he threw right before the half to Will. And I mean, he was just that guy, man, that you could just trust. And before that, even with Marcus Graham, Mike Simpson, Messiah, it wasn't just that. It wasn't just there for them to say, "Give it here, I'm gonna take it." I mean, even in the state game, Mike Simpson, first pass he threw was a pick 6. And at that point, we decided, okay, this moment, like Coach Sturdy said, this moment might be too big for him. Lights might be too bright. Let's give it to Izzy. And that's what we had to do. So, that's why I picked Bruno. That's my guy. It might be a homer call, But that's my guy. I think
you backed that up, man. They should give Kerry his points back.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's big.
Wow.
He defended his quarter. That's his quarterback.
That's my
That's my quarterback.
I feel you.
That's my guy, man. He was.
I feel you. I mean, you know, we all been there. We all got guys that, you know, you and I've got guys that have played for us, and you know, we the intangibles speak, and so me on the outside of it, just sitting here, I just wanted to ask you that, just to see, you know, where you're gonna go. But
so you feel like your team got better when DeWeaver left?
Yes.
Okay, next topic.
I know. I really do.
I know. I don't disagree with you.
I do, because I felt like DeWeaver being a great quarterback, but I don't think he was sold on being a part of that group.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And Bruno was sold on being a part of that group, and he bought in to everything that we said. Everything that we did, he bought in.
He wasn't the captain or nothing either.
Yeah, he bought in. You know, he was one of them guys, man, that, you know, you had to tell some quarterback, y'all need to get out there and throw, get y'all timing together with your receivers. You had to tell Bruno that. I had to tell Bruno to get off the field. You know, those are things I had to tell Bruno.
The ultimate team dude.
Ultimate.
He's not played. He's still in college. He's in the transfer portal now, still, I believe. Not played it down at quarterback in college.
Right, wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Yeah. But the school down there where he was at Western Texas was trying to get him to play quarterback. They was trying. Joshua Nels. Joshua, this is my show, so sometimes it might take a little too long to get a point across.
Take a point for the comment section, Kerry. You can do that too.
Yeah, we can delete him.
Blocking. Hey, Smith, blocking.
Josh, you got
blocking. Josh, no, you block. You ain't got nothing else to do, Josh.
He said blocking.
Read a book. You reading while you commenting anyway, Josh.
You my guy, Josh.
So
here we go.
We taking shots at reading books.
I'll pin this
No,
comment.
I'm just we taking shots at Josh.
You know he's got. You know Aaron ain't gonna have that.
Next question. I need your top 3 players since 1990. I don't care what position. Your top 3 players.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. Mike Perry.
Braxton Miller is one of the top players to come around.
There you go.
See, I don't have hate in my heart, but Braxton, I think LeVar Glover, I'm going to go with that every time, because not only did he play wide receiver, he played corner for us, you know, and led our team in picks, led our team in receptions, played on a small scale at a small school, but competed against D1 athletes continuously all the time. No doubt I'm going with LG. And then probably, it's going to probably surprise y'all, Mike McGregor.
Okay, that's
because the guy could play linebacker and dominate a game, but was so underrated, and I wish he had been probably 2 inches taller. He might have been a fantastic tight end or H-back.
Good call. What you got, Jermaine?
I got Braxton Miller. I got Javon Ringer.
You got to stop speaking so soft.
I got Javon Ringer, Braxton Miller, Angelo Chapman.
Okay.
Wait a minute, didn't y'all say?
Said 3, right?
Right, but he said earlier that Chatham's wouldn't have offset Ringer if they played head. Go ahead.
Top 3 and top 3.
What you got?
I just put it in there.
Sammy, Braxton.
I need him from 3 to 1.
That's right.
I need him from 3 to 1.
He like a list, man. You know
Just give me your 3, man. Just give me your 3.
Just okay. Sammy.
Is he number 3?
No. Okay. All time. No. I got Sammy for me. From what I've seen for right now, I can't speak on all the other people. I got Sammy at number 1. I got the all time. I got.
Man, y'all got him sweating over this.
Following directions is not a big thing.
He got a test.
Hey, don't worry, you're doing as bad as him.
Right, you're doing better than him.
He gonna be happy to hear his name. I had a brain block. I'm not gonna.
Mine was no brain block. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, Beanut, take a point because he got.
He said he had brain block.
He joked.
Yeah, take it.
Point taken.
Keep it moving. I'm good.
He said keep it moving.
Brandon, we're not.
Aaron, come on, holler at me. They from 3-1, Aaron.
So you want my top 3 high school players?
Before you go there, Mike, what's your number 1? Was it Mike? Or was it Braxton?
He said Glover, dude.
No, I said Braxton was number 3, Glover was number 2, and Mike was number 1.
Okay, who you got?
My top 3.
Your top 3.
There hasn't been a whole lot of love for the big fellas here. So I'm going to go with number 3. Really good friend of mine, Brandon McKinney. One of the best.
Well, that'll get him to stop talking on the chat.
But I tell you what, all of those years in the NFL says I'm right.
We were talking about
high school.
But he was on the most talented Chaminade team that even though they didn't win the championship.
Not only that, he played offense and defensive line. I mean, we
weren't.
That's
number 3. My number 2, I'm going to go with Braxton Miller. I'm trying to keep my top 3 not homer because I could very easily say it's 3 Trotwood Madison Rams that are the best players. But number 1 is Sam Anderson. He's the best high school football player I've seen in the last 30 years.
Deshaun, you get the point.
Well, that's your whole life.
That right there is that's it.
Great pick.
I said something.
I thought Brandon was a great pick because Brandon, I remember they took him up as a linebacker.
Yeah.
At 300 pounds.
That was phenomenal.
You know, I saw him running down guys, so I think that was a great pick. Bobby, who you got? Your 3. 3-1.
At number 3, Sam Anderson. And these are all so close. And I've been back and forth, but 2, I'm going to Angelo Chathams, and number 1, Raytheon Hargrove.
Okay, that's 2. Darren Byrd, what you got?
Number 3, I got D Powell. D Powell played corner, he played safety. He was also on the special teams right there. I'll take him at number 3. Number 2, I'm going with Braxton Miller, and number 1, I'm going with Sammy Anderson. D Powell never left the field. Braxton Miller, numbers speak for itself, and that's at the end, bro. That's my picks. What you got? I see you cleaning up my floor.
Hey, D Powell, I know you watch this, and I love you. I love you, D Powell.
D Powell. Don't answer him, man. Don't let him bait you. This you trying to get some ratings, man. Don't let him bait you. D Powell, those are my picks.
Number 3?
I saw it. You said 3 is
You don't
mine.
even have him in your top 5 defensive backs, but he's
Right.
in your top 3 all time.
Hey, he said he wasn't one of his top DBs, but he said he was one of his top athletes.
That pirate shit has done something to me.
That's why I went with Braxton on mine. I don't think that Braxton's the best quarterback, but he's a great athlete.
Everybody wants to debate my picks. Don't worry about how I pick. Don't worry about my picks.
All right, I won't worry about it.
Okay.
It was Gary was the one.
I questioned it. Yes, I did.
Right.
So,
D Powell stand up for himself.
Hey man, Kenneth said move on.
But listen, here's my number 3.
Shout out to D Powell.
My number 3 is Terry Pogue. Terry Pogue played both sides of the ball. He played defensive end and running back. He was key. Yes, I did. He was key. And on both sides of the ball, he was dominant on both sides of the ball. And I mean, when I'm looking at top 3 guys, I'm looking at guys that are dominant, game changers on both sides of the ball. And he was a problem rushing the quarterback, and he was a problem running the ball. At 6'3", 225, 230 pounds, could run about a 4.5 40. Could jump. He was just a monster on both sides of it. Number 2 is going to sound, like a homer, but I got to say Mike McCray. Mike McCray, both sides of the ball, didn't come onto the field, was an exceptional athlete on the field, at tight end. He would go anywhere. He started playing as a freshman and didn't come onto the field. I think he started against the Springboro because I think Jay Fave got hurt and he started. And he caught his first touchdown against Springboro. And He's going into his sophomore year. He started playing both sides, linebacker, and he was just an exceptional, crazy talent where, he used to bait the quarterbacks to throw. He would get pick sixes and he was just that guy. In his 2011 state championship run, played against Piqua, situation where you're fighting to go undefeated. There's 28 seconds left in the game. We were on the 40-yard line. And it's a timeout. And Mike comes to the sideline, tells JG, on the headset, tells JG, throw me the ball. Just throw me the ball, and it's going to be game. And with like 13 seconds left, we call the play. Mike makes a one-handed touchdown catch, to seal the deal. And that catapults us on into the playoffs and winning the state that year and going undefeated. And my number one guy, I argued this on Facebook. Y'all know who I'm going to say. And I'm telling you this right now. Y'all can tell the guys. And Mike, I know you didn't have him in your top three. And I couldn't understand it. But this guy is the ultimate. And not only is he the best football player in the last 30 years, he's the best, I think, athlete in the last 30 years. He's the most clutch player in the last 40 years. You can't name another guy that has more clutch. And I'm going to say this because he started basketball varsity. He was the leading scorer of the state championship team. He was a lockdown defender. He got into football his sophomore year and just started and was dominating. And we were putting him on the best wide receiver as a sophomore. And he was locking guys down. We playing Glenville in a scrimmage game up there, and they were one of their top wide receivers. And he broke his jaw on the tackle because he said he was that aggressive. And then we could go to state 2019, and the guy that was Mr. Ohio runner-up, and they had him to destroy Sammy. And we just showed Sammy a clip of his interview, and Sammy said at that point, he's barbecue chicken. And Sammy went out there, and he did that. He followed that man all around the field and dominated. He took him completely out the game. Took him out the game by hurting one, but Sammy's that guy. And then Sammy scored the winning touchdown in that game, and then got the game-winning interception. So Sammy's that guy for me, and number one, the best football player in the last 30 years. For me, really, in the last 40 years. Is Sammy Anderson. So we'll go with that. And, I don't know if y'all want to argue that.
I got fact checker. You guys ready for the fact check?
Fact check.
You guys ready? So there's a couple people on y'all list that y'all missed. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to run through all of them, but I'm going to give you the football, defense side first and then the offense side second. So you got Marco Coleman, 1992 for Patterson. He's the defensive lineman.
Marco Coleman did not come out in 1992.
Well,
that cannot be a fact check.
It's here right here.
Marco Coleman came out in 1988.
Yeah, he didn't. 92, he was gone from Patterson.
We came out together.
Okay, we got AJ Hawk, 2006 for Centerville. Linebacker.
We didn't do linebackers. We didn't do linebackers.
AJ Hawk didn't come out.
Okay, Dan Wilkerson, 1994 Dunbar.
We didn't do lines because he would definitely be up there on the line.
Okay, so defensive back, we got Will Allen, 2004 from Wayne.
We talked about Wayne.
Okay, CJ.
It could have been 2004.
Will came out 2001.
It was 99, 2000.
I swear, I gotta go back and go back.
He didn't cook Sam. Don't do that.
Let's go.
Marco Coleman is not
Probably. Yeah, that's how to take a point.
Yeah, fact. We just took a point from fact check.
The
Offensive side of the ball, damn it. Y'all gonna keep on going with me. So, we got Peerless Price, 1999, Meadowdale Court. We all named that one.
99. Peerless came out like 94.
94.
A year after
Who is the fact checker?
Bro, my bad. What the hell is going on with these dates? My bad. I could have messed the date, so let's keep it moving.
Fact check brought to you by
Cody Lattimore from Jefferson. Cody Lattimore from Jefferson. Cody Lattimore from Jefferson, and he's in the comment section. All right, so give my point back, Cody. Cody, you don't want to give my point back. I lose my point if Cody don't give it back.
You missed 7.
We got Jalen Marshall from Middletown.
Jalen Marshall.
That's what I was asking.
He was nice.
Oh yeah, he was nice.
Okay.
I don't think
He went both ways.
Didn't he play both ways?
We're not going.
Get a date.
Well, Middletown is. We would have mentioned some Springfield.
Change his dates all around.
All right, look. It's facts his ass. Billy was not.
That's Beanut doing that shit out here.
Oh my man. All right, wait.
My son said just stop saying a year, man.
All right, exactly. All right, so we got
Fake
Will
news.
Johnson, running back from Centerville.
No.
I ain't never heard of that.
Fake news. Peanut.
Javon Rader, of course.
No.
Greg Zollman, quarterback from Miamisburg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Went to Vanderbilt. He was,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. I remember.
And then Braxton. My bad. Hey, that's somebody doing dates.
Did he go to
Who
Vanderbilt?
put fake news? Don't put it on me. Oh, man. Take them. Come on, look at them. Take these fuck ass boys.
he had the
Take these fuck ass boys.
Are you done, Peanut?
Yeah.
Peanut, you really jacked that.
My bad, y'all. Greg Zollman, you know what I mean? That was a jewel I dropped on y'all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you're right.
Yeah, we said.
Right, so if we were to talk about
Hell nah, not Will Johnson.
You know, Big Daddy would probably be the consensus number one.
Daddy Danny.
Why would he?
Hey, he said fact check brought to you by such and such.
Big Daddy Dan Griffin.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this
Brandon
question.
gonna be number
I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Who will be number one between
Hey, never rocking that
Mike
fake
McGregor, Trey DeBreeze, or Marcus Freeman?
Mike McCray.
They picked another piece.
At linebacker exclusively.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll throw one more in there. Freezer.
Mike McCray.
Okay.
Freeze would be two.
He would be. Trey DePriest is like.
Oh, the Buckeyes ran for 220 with him playing middle linebacker.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about him at Springfield.
I can't get that.
And
Trey said Mike McGregor. It's Mike McGregor.
It's Mike McCray.
I had Mike McCray as one of my top athletes. I was just saying, like, but him and Trey DePriest.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. AJ Hawk.
No.
I'll put that in there. AJ Hawk.
He said AJ Hawk was better than all of them. No, he was not marvelous. Not in high school.
You sure?
That's not so marvelous of an opinion.
Yeah.
You sure? I mean, AJ
That's
Hawk
just
was.
debate whether or not he was better than.
Are you gonna take him over McCray?
No,
Okay.
I'm not taking. But see, that's a bad question for me.
No, that's the debate.
Yeah,
I'm not taking.
I might. Yeah, I take AJ Hawk over Mike McCray.
Was that first one?
Mike was.
We're talking about asking about linebackers.
AJ
I
may
wasn't
not have been
afraid
the
to
best
get
Hawk
hit
brother
by
in
Mike.
high school.
I would not have wanted.
He might not have
AJ
been
might
the
not be
best
the best Hawk brother.
in high school.
Yeah, it's good to say. It's a good thing to say, but it's
Didn't he
not
have a
a fact.
sister that was really tough too?
No, that was the
That was
Mango.
Mango.
That was Mango.
She won the powerlifting.
Marvin Robinson, yeah, you right. He was legit all 4 years. Yeah, enhanced.
So was
he was enhanced. He was enhanced.
Mike was. Listen, Mike McCray.
What you mean? Clarify this.
I'm not gonna clear it. He's enhanced.
He said he's taking them.
I mean, Mike McCray. So we again, Mike, where are you with Trey DeBreeze and Mike? And AJ.
Ryan Hall.
I like inside. I like middle linebackers.
Yeah. Ryan went
If I'm gonna take between linebackers, and I believe DePriest played middle, I think AJ played middle.
AJ played outside.
Okay, well then I'm going with DePriest. Because inside out, hey man, that guy was absolutely a monster. Mike was great in coverage. Mike was cerebral. Mike tackled. But I can't say, if I was going to get hit between one of them two guys, I'd rather be hit by Mike.
So
than
we're talking
DePriest.
about who the harder hitter is?
What about Joe Thuney from Alter?
What do you mean?
No, but I mean,
Joe
that
Thuney.
So because DeBreeze wasn't
Joe
faster
Thuney.
than him.
Joe
Then I
Thuney.
could throw Vince Gay.
Outside linebacker.
Somebody put the,
Were you afraid
the needle
to
in
be
the
Joe Thuney. THUNY.
Yes, I can. But you could have been like, oh, Coach, I would have ran him over. That's what
I prefer you say CJ Hicks before that.
On what?
He's about the kid from Alter.
Coach Brown said Darren Howard. CJ.
No.
Joe Thuney went to the NFL, played for the New England Patriots. He played for
His parents donated.
Alton.
Well, Chris Dillman. No one talks about him.
Lineman wise,
I ain't make him up now.
he played tight end in high school.
And tight. Yeah, in high school, but I mean.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this question. I'm gonna try and speed this up so we can get out of here. Give me your top 2 Wayne High School football players, excluding now
Braxton.
Take Braxton out the picture. Give me 2. Give me 2, Mike.
I would say probably Will Allen and the kid that transferred in from Florida,
Jermaine Hall.
Give me yours.
Robert Red and Jermaine Hall.
Love that pick. Love it. Who you got?
Well, Marcus Freeman and Will Allen.
Okay, who you got, Marvan?
Same.
You just said the same. He is the same.
Take a boy from cheating off his paper.
Hey man, would you go on the Bobby round?
Robert Red, and we going all time, Wayne? Or are we still just in the 90s?
90s.
30 years, 32 years.
Eric, we're missing. I was gonna say Eric Dixon, but that's missing by a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm still going blue.
Okay. He's stuck with blue. Okay, that's cool. You got who?
Robert Red and blue.
Robert Red and blue. Who you got there?
I got Landers, and I got
The D tackle.
Okay. That's good. I'm gonna go with Robert Red. I thought Red was phenomenal.
Jesus.
And
Christ.
I thought about Ruben Dunbar. I thought he was a good player, but I can't. That's top 2.
Get these facts
If I had to pick a team, I'm gonna go with Red and. That's a tough question for my damn self to answer.
Bobby's son won Michigan State.
They had a couple. They had Tobias, those guys. I like Matt Wilcox when he was there.
Wilcox was good.
Matt was a formidable guy. So I'll go with Red and Matt Wilcox. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the next question. Give me the top 2 for Meadowdale. Go.
Peerless Price, Andy McCullough.
Okay. Who you got?
Peerless Price, Andy McCullough. No, Peerless Price and Sheriff Derek.
Keep going.
That ain't.
Who you got, Marvin?
Sheriff McCullough.
Which McCullough? 2 of them.
Andy.
Who you got?
I got Boykin and Peerless.
Yeah, I don't know how Peerless can be that off of anybody's. Who you got, Bob?
Peerless and Boykin.
Who you got, Darren?
Peerless and McCullough.
Which one?
I'm going to go with Peerless.
They out there refilling somebody's car.
Is that the win?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Peerless, and I'll go with...
Landfill, good.
I'll go with Andy. That's consensus. Those 2 dominated.
The Russians doing it.
They would have never got the ball without.
Got 2 Colonel White.
I go.
He said with the most
Marshall.
Or just Colonel White. Just Colonel White. You go Thurgood Marshall. So you go take.
I'll go Copeland and Pogue.
Good call. Who you got?
That's who I had.
Who you got?
I got Pogue and Steve Wright.
Good, great pick. Who you got, my man?
Same.
Huh?
I got a bike from Colonel White. I don't know nobody. Same.
They troll you in the comments. It's the best comment section ever, bro.
We say,
who you got, Bob?
Hey, look. Hey, somebody said Robert Red got Will Allen cussed out by Mike. Yeah, that did happen.
Pogue and Tay. Who you got there?
I got Terry Pogue and Tay Tay.
Okay. Of course, I got TP. And I'm going to go with Tay Tay also. Because, you know, it is right there. Give me a top 2 Dunbar. Go, Bob.
Ooh, no, skip. You're going to have to come back to me on that one.
Who you got, my man?
Ricky Smith, Derek Banks.
Ricky Smith came
I mean, my bad.
Come on.
I did go. Give me. I picked him earlier. I take. What's my linebacker? Not my linebacker. Defense end went to West Virginia. Transferred from Pooler's one, and then I stay with the best comments. I stay with my quarterback with I'm sorry, I can't get his name.
Cole.
Norris,
yeah.
Those are two awful picks. Come on, Jermaine.
I got Derek Moss, one of them.
Good pick.
And I got Nashawn Goddard.
Great pick.
I like that.
Great pick. Nashawn was a game changer.
You right, Jasmine.
No, Mcgregor didn't have the best year. Please take that down.
Oh, I don't know what year you're talking, because if you're talking 90, buddy, Lord have mercy.
Okay, give her a point then.
Right.
Woo! Give her a point then. Give her a point then.
Jasmine Brown.
Jasmine Brown is, if she's talking about 1990,
shout out to Jasmine Brown with Delish Cafe.
She is winning.
I'll take that. It was tough. Mike, who you got?
Dunbar, I got Big Daddy, and it's so tough between Nashawn and
91.
Big Daddy was 90 or 90.
Don't make me say the date again.
No, Big Daddy was 91. We said 90.
No, 91.
We doing from 90 on up, and it's between
I did that, Brandon.
Nashawn and Moss. And it's tough between those two. No, I said it's tough between those two, but I think I'm gonna have to go. It pains me to do this.
Why the McKinney's in there attacking you, Kerry?
But I'm going with Moss.
Okay. Who you got?
Give me the trench team: Wilkerson and Goddard.
Great,
I was close. I mean,
did I ask you already?
Yeah, I had Nashawn and Moss.
Okay, who you got there?
I got Nashawn and I got Big Daddy.
Okay.
What about Belmont? Y'all leaving them out?
Hey, Karen, I got Kurt Jenkins. And
I just want to see what he's gonna say.
Kurt Purdue. I had to go with Big Daddy, and I got to go with Nashawn. I got to go with Nashawn and Big Daddy. And, JoJo will be in there somewhere at some point.
You said two.
It's two. It's those two.
I got two.
Give me the top two Jefferson guys. Come on, Bobby.
Ooh.
Yeah, let me get
Cody.
that.
Cody and Anthony Parker.
Cody and Anthony Parker. Great pick. Marvan.
I don't know. It's good.
You
just copy off his paper next to
you. You gotta pick one.
I was gonna say Anthony.
You gotta say him
I
then.
got Anthony Parker and also LeVar.
Okay, who you got?
Pernell Williams and Cody.
Good pick. Good one.
Come on, this is easy. LeVar and Parker.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with LeVar and Cody.
Cody.
Okay, who you got?
This could be very.
Cody on Lewis.
Yes.
Cody on Lewis. And I can't get a slash.
Nuh-uh. Two.
Right.
Two, Kenneth.
Post Cody on Lewis. Post Cody on Lewis and Parker and Glover.
Can't do that.
Why not? Who said it?
You can't do that.
Hey, man.
Hey, you don't have the script.
Job security. Let him get him in.
Huh?
Job security.
You got to have him in there.
I'm gonna go with and it hurts me to say this for
Best
Jefferson,
comment section ever.
but I gotta go with Colio. Here's a guy that would work a 40-hour shift and then come out and dominate in the game. And I gotta go with Cody. Cody was just that. He was just that guy. And so the last one on my ass, this is the last.
So
one.
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yes, I'm skipping over the bar.
Sweet Jesus. Continue. It's your show.
I didn't pick LeVar, but LeVar is right here in my heart. So
This should be number one on your list.
that's my guy.
Not your heart, your list.
But I watched Cody. Cody was, Cody was dominant too.
A dog.
Was it better than LeVar?
I'm gonna move on to
He did it all. Kick and turn and
I'm gonna ask
everything,
you
man.
this.
Cody.
Last question. Your top three tribal guys. Top three. Top three. Go, Bobby.
Shit.
Mike McCray, Ravion Hargrove. Oh my Lord! Why you do this to me?
This is impossible, especially for me, because I was in high school in '90, so.
Can Bobby finish?
Nah, keep talking, Mike.
Let him shuffle. Let him shuffle.
I went in the wrong order. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go.
In no particular order. Just give me your top.
There you go.
You just got one more to go, bro.
James Parker 3, Mike McCray 2, Ravion Hargrove 1.
Hard.
Ooh.
Solid.
Marvan.
Sammy Hargroves, James.
You got Sammy, Hargroves, Hudson, Andre.
Okay. Mike. Y'all look alike.
I'll turn this table over. You call him Bobby.
I've got Ravion.
That's a whole bunch of
I've got Ravion. I've got Sammy and Andre Hudson.
What's your favorite? Right?
So no Mike McCray.
No.
Okay. Aaron, who you got?
I got John Lumpkin. Then I have
Aaron Lumpkin.
Nope. I got
Will Lumpkin.
No, I do. I got John.
It's a Lumpkin sweet.
I got John. It could be a Lumpkin sweet, but we're not gonna do that. It's John, Sammy, and Ravion.
Hold on. I got a question for you on this one particularly.
Go ahead.
If you were to rate yourself and John, and I was on the coaching staff when John was playing, and I coached you.
There we go.
I think we're different players.
Okay.
And this is why I say that. I was a much faster player.
Much.
You know what I mean? I don't think I was as physically imposing or as physical as he was, but I think I might have him beating the street. And I think that he was better at defense than I was.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So if I had to rate us, like, that's how I would.
Okay, because I was thinking more tight end, and you two are the top 3 tight ends that I have. Well, Mike is in there, so it's top 4 tight ends. But I just wanted to ask you that question.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, dude. Bam, 3K raise Sammy. Okay.
Coach K, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Who's the best offensive player that you ever coached from line?
I didn't get the answer.
Hold that question. Go ahead, Dan.
All right. This is a home take for me.
Sean
Brown.
Daylon.
Deshaun Byrd, number 3. Dalen Byrd, number 2.
Trey.
And Trey Williams Brown.
Logan.
Yeah.
Justin.
That's hard.
Hey, just forget it. Hey, give us all 18.
Well, y'all don't know Darren is big as kid.
I'm going to pick my brother, too, now.
He was. His brother was on the team.
Turtle Bird.
Yes.
Those are
I ain't talking about Turtle. I'm talking about your other brother. Am I right?
No, I mean.
He had several brothers that played on the team.
I
remember Dalen saying, I need to go say something to my uncle. And Dalen was in the higher grade than him. So,
this is not the show nor the platform.
Talk to me, Marvin. Which one asked?
I just want to know who was the best offensive player that you coached in your career that you felt that made an impact from your coaching?
Freaking nature athlete.
Ravion. Ravion was the best. Ravion could touch the ball. Anytime he touched the ball, you never knew what was going to happen. I think these guys could attest to that. Anytime he touched the ball, even the opponents were like, they were holding their breath like, please, throw the ball. Don't hand him the ball because at any time he could take it to the house.
Better than Sammy?
Better than Sammy. At any time he could take it to the house.
I tell you, I watched the game where he was playing against Vandalia Butler, and I thought he was going to break the almanac record.
Me and him was talking about that before that game.
I was on the phone with Kenny Rogers. I'm like, I'm watching. He's gonna break the almanac record. And he's like, what do you mean by that? He's like, the almanac record like 700. I swear to God, he's gonna break it if they give it to him enough times.
Big Carl Blunt Senior.
The Greenville game. In the first half alone, he had only like maybe 6 touches, and he had almost 400 yards rushing.
Carl Blanton, I see your list.
Yeah.
I want you to know I see your list.
Yeah.
Well, for everybody to understand, Carl Blanton's son is the only player that made first team All-State football and basketball.
A dog.
Yeah,
A real
he
dog.
was a dog out there. He was the only one. So,
For sure.
My top 3 Trotwood guys are Sammy Anderson, Mike McCray, and Ravion Hargrove. Those are my 3. And for you guys, if you missed the show last week, you can go on YouTube and check it out. We had Tamika Williams on here.
Amazing show.
And I think it was probably one of the best shows that we've done.
Yeah.
And Tamika talked about everything from being over in Ukraine, being in South Africa, giving clothes away, and then we talked
She
about.
talked about taking my money. She took my money. When
She talked about beating Trotwood back in the day, and I'm over there barking, and she said I was barking. I just edged her on and gave her more venom to destroy Trotwood because my nieces were playing with Trotwood at that time. But Tamika's show, man, if y'all didn't get to see it, man, I'm telling you, it was a fantastic show. And for you who did not see it, Tamika, when she was being recruited in high school to go to college, Ohio State flew their private jet here. What did they do, Peanut?
Yep, they flew up.
They flew it?
Flew up and flew down. And you know what? If you got looking for it, I'm pinning it in the comments section.
She flew to Columbus. They flew her there.
Yeah.
And she was just like, that was just crazy. And she talked about going to Notre Dame with MTV being there, Sports Illustrated following her around, and just the whole recruiting process, and telling us, even with the flight that she took from Dayton to Columbus, that Gino sent her a paper airplane and told her this was the best that he could do. And some of the things that Gino said to her at UConn that won her over. We talked about Tamika becoming a Division I coach, because at that time she was coaching at Wittenberg as the ladies' head coach, and she's had her stints at Kentucky, Ohio State, Penn State, Kansas, and we talked about that. And she told me at the show that day, she said, "Big bro, there's something I got to tell you." And I'm like, okay, she's like, I'm gonna call you and talk to you and tell you something. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, what's going on, sis? What we gotta chop it up about? And during the show, I told her, watching her game coach, and I thought she did a great job. She made those girls that were not great athletes at Wittenberg and turned them into something. And I watched them play, and they dominated the game. And I told Tamika at some point in time, somebody's gonna come knocking at her door to become a Division I coach. We had that conversation here. And she called me and she said, bro, you're not going to believe this, but Wednesday morning, UD called me. And UD had me come in. We had conversations out in Oakwood. And I met with them and we talked. And we did this and we did that. And, the next day she called me back and she said they offered me the position. They wanted to know Friday morning. And I was like, hey, sis, that's a resounding big yes. Take it. Take that job. And I think it's outstanding that a person that was here on our podcast, man, we sat here and joked and laughed with, is now the UD women's head basketball coach.
Absolutely.
And I think she's going to do a phenomenal job. So when I'm asking for West Dayton, all the guys and all the ladies in West Dayton to support her and be at her games next season and give her everything that she needs to be successful.
I'd be one of her. I'd definitely be a one.
Yeah, that's all we're asking. Get 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be, me and Mike already talked. We're going to be at several games. We're going to be there. And we're going to sit down as close as we can. We're going to cheer her on. And I wish her the best. Thank you to Tamika. Tamika was going to come on here and be a co-host with me and with Darren. And it was going to be that one pretty woman like they got on First Take. And Tamika was going to be that pretty person. We got 2 ugly dudes right here.
Boy.
2 ugly. Well, he's not ugly because he got 20 kids. So there's no way he's ugly. Somebody didn't get there.
A whole bunch of somebody.
He at least got it that many times.
He got that many. So I want to tell everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. Me and Darren appreciate it. Smith appreciate it. If you need a t-shirt made, come up here to T-Shirt Kings on 4301 North Main Street. get you some golds in your mouth, some platinum in your mouth, get you a t-shirt made while you wait.
Get some stock tips.
Some stock tips.
Talk to my man Peanut. He does
Talk to
a
Peanut.
podcast every Sunday. Teach you how to sell.
Sell stocks, not dope.
Sell stocks, not dope.
Every Sunday.
Thank you, every Sunday.
Sell stocks, not dope. That's a hell of a slogan, and I love it. But I appreciate what Smith has opened his doors for us to do. Nobody's getting paid to do this. We appreciate everything he's doing for us because we're putting people on platforms and, you know, some folks freeze up like these two guys over here. I was told to get a script, and what they don't know is I text them these questions. Some of these guys came in here, and I text out the questions.
Thanks, Josh.
And they didn't do their part.
Take a point from Kerry. Take a point from right here live.
It was just the names that we put.
We got to
It's
get
the names
that.
that we put.
We got to
that's
get
all.
that. Take a point sound.
There we go. Here we go. We need a sound bar.
But I do appreciate it, man. I love what we're doing. I love this. This is a passion. You know, again, at the end of every show, I'm going to tell you, I talk about God. I thank God for the blessings that He has bestowed upon me, for changing the rest like me and like my co-host. Because we were both ratchet and off the hook. You know, folks, Tamika was talking about spunkies to us. You know, come on, we
That's
would
a
let
legend.
in, and we wouldn't. We had to protect our athletes, man. And that's one thing that we have to get back. DYT, all my street guys, my hustlers, my ballers. Protect these athletes. Keep these athletes off the corners and off the streets.
Yeah.
You know, keep them off the streets, man. Keep them out the club and out of harm's way.
Stop putting that
And tell them to train and do their thing to get better and get where they need to be. We need more Daquans, more Tamikas, and more North Coast, more key buyers. Randy Hoskins. We need these people, you know, in our community. And I'm going to say this, we need more coaches. So you young guys, get into coaching. You know, get out there and find some Aaron Lumpkins here, and he's over the Trotwood Pee Wee football system program. And if you want to have a desire to coach, go talk to him. Go talk. He's on Facebook. You can look him up.
He's not on Facebook yet. He'll be back tomorrow.
He's in Facebook jail right now, as he is and Bobby is. Bobby's in Facebook jail.
Not found the
I've
codes
been
and
in Facebook
condoms.
jail, so it's all good. So I couldn't even post really what I wanted to put out there today. They told me no. So I sent a screenshot to those guys and I had them post it. So I thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week. All right, right now I don't know who's going to be on the show. We're trying to get Chris Wright in to confirm. I know he wants to get on here and tell the story, and Bam and Freezer and Greg Moore and J.D. Grisby. That's their whole little family. It's not little, but their whole family. And they want to get on here and tell their story, and I want to get them on here. But we're going to come back in a couple of weeks, and we might talk about a little bit more basketball again. And we're going to come back, we're going to talk about football again. We're going to have a whole new panel of questions discussing football. And we're going to talk about today's game. So, again, one more time, thank you. I love you. Have a good night. Peace.
Peace.
I think I need a
Modelo.
some music on our outro.
Yeah. We got you like Johnny Tapia, huh?
Yeah.